I'll take bad selfies and put them on the thing. That's a selfie.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good.
You can't do that, man. You need to have good production. Your podcast is not going to work without production.
Sean said he's going to try to AI it so a mouth on the picture just moves all the time. It'd be so tight. I'll give him like 4 different pictures.
We should start doing that.
Yeah.
Like Family Guy, you know what I mean? How Family Guy would have like a cut to a joke that had nothing to do with the episode. Like if we come up with a joke, we should have an AI video of the joke.
Fucking sure.
Yeah, you could have a guy drenched at a restaurant. You know what I mean?
It's like a shitty AI reenactment.
Yeah. Are we recording?
You're now recording.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Well, that's a good idea. You guys just got a glimpse into the creative process.
Yo, that's crazy.
Podcast.
That's a good idea for a podcast. We should podcast when we don't know we're podcasting.
Ooh, I think that would get us in
That'd
a
be
little
cool.
bit of trouble.
We would need a secret producer.
I think, yeah, it would.
We need to get tapped.
We do have a secret producer right now.
True.
I'll take care of you, boy.
The catamaran plan is in the building.
I'm so scared that I'm fucking this up, but it looks like it's good.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's if you fuck it up, it's fine.
Guess what? If we laid down an hour of fire and it didn't work, we would just lay down another fucking hour of fire.
It's nothing to us, dude.
Also, get off our fucking dick, dude.
Yo,
I'm kidding.
Shut up, dude. Don't bring that up.
I don't know
Drake.
why he wants smoke with Philly thoroughbreds all the time, dude. He went at Freak. Now you come. It's like, what are you doing,
Just
bro?
call him Freak.
He went at Meek, dude. He went at King Meek, and now he's, dude. It's crazy.
I wish that of all the things I've ever gotten in trouble for or like brought up, that one hurt. Last night, that one hurt. I love Drake. They're like, Drake and Shane are friends, dude. He knows. Like,
I know. That's kind of nuts.
I don't know anything.
We
were just back in our QAnon phase where we were trying to find all the pedophiles.
We're on pedophiles.
He put out Euphoria. He got me hard with high school teens.
His fault.
That was his fault. So
Also,
I called him a pedophile.
Also, might be the best character ever, Domination Daddy. The dude,
Domination
closeted
Daddy
gay
was
alpha
nice.
dad who was having sex with trans teenagers.
Just plowing trans teens. The ultimate trap. That was a trap, dude.
I know. Domination Daddy.
Did you ever watch Euphoria, Catamaran Plan?
No. But I just want to say on that video, I watched it last night of you calling out Drake for the pedophilia. I love that you open with, I want this on record. You declare that I'm calling it right now and I will need people to bring this up later on. I saw you when you found out about it. I've never seen someone so ashamed of something they've said. This is the true remorse coming out.
I think that was the era of him with the Stranger Things lady.
It was the Stranger Things and Euphoria.
Yeah, it was pedophile.
And
Everyone,
I was like, I know it.
it was the red. It was the red scare of pedophiles. I saw a guy. You know, it was funny. I saw a guy on Twitter or X, or whatever, come up with a thing like, guys, actually, the law of consent, 16 years old. So Drake's not a pedophile. I think he was fucking around trying to be funny, but it was.
You can't defend it like that. You gotta just.
His defense of it, I swear, was within the rap beef. Him being like, bro, if I were a pedophile, I'd be arrested. It's like, wait, what? What are you talking about, dude?
No one's ever managed.
He's like, the amount of pussy I get, if I was fucking that many kids, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
It's like, good point, I guess. It's a fair point.
Drake fucking rules, dude. I take it back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he rules unless he's a pedophile. If he's a pedophile,
that goes for everybody.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. That's a fair point.
You have to be so great.
Yeah.
You have to be Michael Jackson.
Greatest of all time. Yeah. Or you think Tom Brady could be a pedophile? No, you think if he wanted to be, he's a goat at Netflix, so he's not good enough.
He's the goat, dude.
How many touchdowns you need, bro? How many touchdowns you need to be? The roast was crazy.
The roast was really fun.
That was, man.
I'm so glad I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That whole ride over, when we were driving to it, I was like, thank fucking God I'm not performing on this. It was so nerve-wracking. There's so many fucking hot celebs.
There's so many hot celebs.
I'd be so afraid to perform in front of the hot celebs.
It did have like
that fucking dude yelling when Kim Kardashian was getting, she got booed, which it was kind of sad.
Yeah.
It made me sad.
That's like a throwback boo, though. I was telling you, it was so hot like 9 years ago to be like, fucking Kardashians.
Yeah.
It was just a thing you did.
I don't know what they were all mad at, but I understand the logic behind it. You're just up in a fucking the top part of a stadium.
Yeah.
The most beautiful lady walks on stage. You're drunk. Once you hear one person start booing, you're like, yes.
Boo.
It's time to destroy her. But anyway, at the end of her set, she was on her like closing joke, and we just heard a guy from the rafters just by himself. The whole room was quiet, and this guy just goes, bitch. It was so fucking funny, dude. Just the guys calling her a bitch. It was so crazy.
That's a wild move.
If he was with his like girlfriend,
I know,
just spazzed.
They got in a fight after it.
So mad at Kim Kardashian.
His girlfriend's like, she's a smart businesswoman. He's like, she's a bitch.
I've had that exact argument.
Oh, that's girl's number one. She's actually a really smart businesswoman. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, we've had that.
She her set, she was making fun of whatchamacallit, Caitlyn.
Yeah, that was funny.
She was slamming. It was pretty funny. Netflix really took off the gloves, man. Is it safe to say the pendulum swung?
The pendulum. Do you think
Did the pendulum chime at the fucking?
The pendulum might have to swing back, dude. They swung it too far.
Wild.
I mean, they put a bunch of athletes on stage.
True.
Former athletes.
Locker room talk.
Every single joke was just like, dude, you're fucking gay. You suck dick.
Yeah. And then it'd be like, I suck your fucking
And
dick.
then I fucking jizz, dude.
That Kevin Hart made me laugh with that, of him being like, motherfucking white boys talking about sucking each other's dicks. What the hell is this? God damn.
Yeah,
But yeah, there was. I will say that maybe it is just me, but I feel like there was like a very sinister energy in the roast the whole time. I feel like it's like I feel like I was watching for real, like an evil, like a satanic religion. It felt like I truly feel like there's like a entertainment at the highest. Entertainment at the highest level is a religion. I think.
Yeah, it was very adversarial and strange. And then I just wanted to say Tony was phenomenal and had a career-defining, beautiful moment. But it was such a cynical thing. I watched it at my friend's house, and I made them watch Japanese no theater for an hour afterwards. I needed something pure and wholesome. So it's just Japanese people walking very slowly while a shrill flute plays. And they're making these weird noises. And then it's a guy with a mask pretending, a little girl mask crying for an hour. And it was something in my heart cried out that just give me no irony, please. No negativity. Just sad Japanese people doing something from 800 years ago. It's the only answer. Yeah, I'm sorry to have made that interruption.
No, please. No, that's a fair point. Yeah, I always worry. I'm like, maybe this is just me, because I'm like, it could just be pinging my own insecurities. But I was just sitting there being like, there is something sinister in the air, and I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, I for real felt like it was a black mass. I was like,
that's why I didn't do it.
I know.
I did that. Even the Lewis roast, I had a lot of fun doing it, but it's like, I don't want to do that again.
No.
And those were my friends, and that's not even that funny to make fun of your friends as hard as you can in front of everyone.
The Skanks roast that is the Skanks, they're doing that kind of stuff
fun.
all the time, and it was fun, but I do get it. It's like, dude, I don't want to do that again. And also, if you guys slam me, I'm going to fucking spaz.
I'm going to spaz.
Don't slam me.
I'm going to smile with tears in my eyes and go, yeah, that was really funny. I'll never forgive you. I'll literally never forgive you. I'll go out of I'll secretly do bad things to you.
Imagine if you were up in the dais roasting, and then somehow your pants fell down and your penis came out, and the whole country's like, ugh.
Yeah, dude. Obviously, your tiny penis falling out live on Netflix
at the
front
roast
of Sweet K, sweet Kim Kardashian,
in front of Tom Brady.
Oh, and I've let things go a little too. I got a bush going. That'd be
Do you
chaos.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I must have a bush because I haven't cut it in a while. That's awesome.
I got a bush.
If you had a bushel penis on
bush,
Netflix.
Tiny bird. That'd be the most.
Hey, Robert Kraft's here. Oh shit, my penis. Oh, my tiny penis.
Good to see Robert Kraft. Oh fucking shit.
Oh crap.
That would be it.
You fall down and Gronk's trying to pull your pants back up. You're like, Gronk, get off me.
Gronk, help.
Gronk, help me.
Gronk on television was. People told me that in the room it felt weird and drunk and uncomfortable. On TV, it was sublime.
It was. I thought it was just lit. I think
when he spiked the shot glass, I'm told that a lady did cop a face.
I was right there. It flew right into a. There were a bunch of pieces dispersed, and one just ninja starred right at the table in front of us.
Obviously, sacrifices have to be made for great television.
True.
It was a very beautiful moment.
I did enjoy watching the reactions of the tables in front of us. They're these guys. I'm assuming they're kind of well to do, industry type people, and they were sitting there, and anything anyone would say, be like, oh, you got divorced, and they go, Oh my God. It was pretty sick. It was, I was like sitting there like, dude, am I like something wrong with me? Because I would feel nothing. I did when Tony started killing, I for real was just like, I
had the same feeling I had when we were in Orlando and I saw the modern architecture. Mm-hmm. And I didn't hate it for the first time. I saw the glass boxes surrounded by the palm trees. It's like, oh, when it's done like this, when it's at its top level, this is beautiful and it's good for the spirit. Yeah. And it's like, I hate roasting. And then I saw Tony do it. It's like, if that's what roasting is, this is fine. Yeah. It's just that almost no one is doing it. The only other one I've ever enjoyed was Norm Macdonald being nice to people.
That's very nice.
Which is sort of killed it for a long time after that. That was the pinnacle.
It was cool. I was fun. It was fun to watch. I had a good time watching it. It was very interesting. But there's something.
It was fun. It was long as fuck though.
It was too long, dude.
First hour, it was very fun,
Great.
and then
fantastic.
But yeah, Tony fucking killed it.
And he like started in the audience and just slowly walked off. Dude.
We were laughing about it yesterday. Just a random gay guy got up and walked on stage and then fucking killed everyone. Just being a nasty bitch up there, dude. It was so
He was going to come out and do a little cleaning.
Spade was talking. The Kill Tony part like kind of bombed because part was like quiet.
Yeah,
and then it was kind of like, oh no, what's going on here? And then Tony just walked up and just.
Yeah, it was
absolutely
weird.
Destroyed.
It was kind of weird they had to do that in that format initially, but then Dana White was like, Dana White was very, you fucking liberal pussies, fuck you guys.
Yeah, that was actually awesome.
That was really sick.
The pendulum swung so hard, dude.
It fucking chimed. The pendulum went dong.
They're gonna have to pay Hannah Gadsby a lot of money to make up for that, Ross.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how Netflix does it. They're like one for you. Then I make one for me, dude.
Yeah, true. One for your boys, one for my boys. I might do a special, just me, black and white, with just all my jokes on little fucking cue cards where I hold them sadly and go.
That'd be very good.
Pretty tight.
A24 will produce that.
That'd be awesome.
HBO will pick that up.
You know it's not easy.
Are you tired of laughing during comedy? Here comes another sack of shit.
Poor fucking Ben, bro. Affleck.
Affleck, yeah.
I thought he was going to do it. I was like, Affleck, are you fucking leading the revolution, dude? Are you cleaning up the internet once and for all?
It's time, dude. That always helps. Whenever the internet's attacking you, you got to go out and go, you guys are the losers.
You guys are fucking bitches.
It always helps. Dude, it doesn't make it way funnier to keep making fun of you.
I know, man. It's like, dude.
Your Batman idea would have killed.
Why didn't he do it, man?
That would have killed.
He comes out as Batman being like, you guys are fucking assholes. Ben Affleck's actually the fucking man. Stop making fun of him. Although what he did was pretty funny. Being like, I mean, I don't know why you guys talk so much shit on Tom Brady. He's so much better than you guys. You guys are fucking losers, actually. Tom Brady's the man. He doesn't need this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
Yeah, that was
you
awesome.
Sure this is about TB12, brother? This is about BA1.
Do people talk shit on BA1?
All the time. BA1 gets crushed for...
why does he get shit talk?
He gets like Will Smith level kind of pussy whipped celeb gossip. Like where Will Smith
I thought every time they showed him, it was like funny and relatable. It was like a guy, he's like slams a door when she gets in the car.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, it's funny and relatable
and
for
he's
you.
He's like depressed and standing outside smoking.
You know how sad that would be for if that's your thing. I watch it, I'm like, oh, it's hilarious. But he's like, I don't think he likes that he's like him slamming doors and yelling at his wife.
It's funny as fuck, dude.
I think it's
every
funny.
Comment's like, yes, this is a normal relationship.
Yeah, I think it's funny too. But yeah, maybe he's just I don't know.
The photo of him smoking a cigarette like depressed outside of a door it like was a career comeback for him. Everyone was like, damn, Ben Affleck's the man.
Man, Gone Girl is the most beautiful movie about being abused by a woman.
True.
I maybe saw that 5 times. I just kept going back and I thought, I might be working through something while watching Gone Girl. But like only he could really embody that's what a woman can do to you. Yeah.
I mean, also, I don't want to really speak on this, but it's Diddy's ex. So it's like, bro.
Dude, stop giving ack. God damn it, dude.
I want this on record. I reckon Diddy might be doing some weird sex shit. I want people to know I heard it now.
2019, on the record, I want this.
Oh,
what man. A mistake, dude. When my boy Drake's getting attacked from all angles, and then his number one fan, the clip resurfaces.
You'll be on the next Kendrick track. Shane Gillis
It would that would really, really make me sad, dude.
Yeah, I do.
It literally flashed before me at dinner. When you told me they picked up that clip, I was like, my whole career is just to hang out with Drake. And I was like, it's over now.
You're still good. You might just have to go in disguise.
Batman suit. He didn't mean what he said about it.
These guys online are really fucking mean. Yeah, Batman against commenters would be so funny. Hey, stop. That comedian's actually really cool. He doesn't make that much from his advertisements. Fucking lighten up, guys. He had a lot going on. He couldn't put a podcast out this week. He's a nice guy.
You forgot the camera. All right, relax.
They actually get a lot taken out in taxes. It's not as much as you think that when they come down to it. Yeah, if he came out as Batman and defended himself, it would have been the funniest thing ever. It's just a good idea to, like, you know, at minimum, have a sense of humor when you're doing a roast. Yeah. Just minimum, come out and be like, hey, guys.
Bill Belichick. I'd never seen Bill Belichick talk before. It's like someone walks in, you go, this man's IQ is 50 points higher than everybody else here. Is
that the impression you got?
I got the impression he was like one of the smartest people I'd ever seen. I loved him. I don't know what it was about Bill Belichick. I've never seen him before. I don't know any of his history. I gather he was very good at what he did. But he, like, radiates something. There's some, like, weird charisma in him.
I thought it was just, like, charming grandpa energy. I was like, he was just kind of fun. It was fun watching.
Everybody loves.
There's a hardness.
He's like, it's very funny. His press conferences, he's got very famous press conferences because he never answered. They're like, what do you think about this? He's like, we're on to the New York Jets. We're not worried about what's going on with that. Like, what's going on with this? He's like, we're on to New York this week. Like, what was the game plan of this? He's like, we wanted to go out there and, well, now we're on to the New York Jets.
He's like, I don't fucking care. Well, the roast is kind of a nice idea because the idea is to, like, have all these people come out and kind of, like, expose their egos to, like, a bunch of, like, negative insults for, like, so everyone can laugh. But
the thing that would make it tolerable is we only roast the ones we love, and that's what they keep saying.
Yeah.
But that's not. It's like some lady wants a Netflix special and she's got 5 people to write the nastiest things she can about a guy she's never met before. This is a very poor form of love.
True.
It left me like I was.
You're desolate.
I'd also seen The Fall Guy just before then and had also it was like 2 difficult aesthetic experiences. I just wanted to go and look at a flower or something.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
what was wrong with The Fall Guy?
Ben Knight was excellent. My friend Ben Knight, who was in it, man, he was so great. Man, he was so great. He was
what
so
a Hollywood ghoul.
I thought my friend Ben Knight was exceptional. I hope he gets another movie. Yeah. I thought Emily Blunt was underused. Whoa. Yeah, and Gosling is wonderful, but it wasn't. I don't know if they made it during the writer's strike or what.
Did they, like, do anything in the movie?
There's a lot of great stunts.
No, I'm talking about, like...
Oh, sexually?
Yeah.
No.
Just curious.
No, just yearning looks at one another.
Oh, that's not... I like that.
Yeah. About 40 minutes in, there's a dog who's an attack dog who only responds to French.
That's nice.
That really kept me in the film. I was thinking of walking out.
That's pretty tough.
And then when there was that dog, I was like, I will wait. And then my friend was on it. I was like, hey, all right, this is turning around.
Nice.
But that's what it took.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sorry you had a double dose. We had some very positive experiences here, though. Dude, Efron, the man.
Shout out Efron.
The man,
shout out
dude.
the other Batman.
True.
Pattinson.
For sure. Beast. There's been a lot of cool people.
Yeah, there's so many famous celebs in L.A.
A lot of cool famous celebs who are very nice.
I met Suki Waterhouse. You met Suki Waterhouse? I met someone called I didn't know who she was. I was trying to bum a cigarette off somebody, and she didn't have one, but we just spoke for 10 minutes, and then at the end, someone was like, it's Suki Waterhouse. She's a supermodel and Robert Pattinson's fiancée. I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh, at the show.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's very nice. Zac Efron. Oh, I went over to go and say hello to Zac Efron, and I thought that they had seen me do comedy, so I would have an in. And I walked over there, and I was ready to go, hello, how you doing? And then immediately they're like, oh, I said, I'm a They said, "Oh, we missed the start of the show. We just saw him." I was like, oh, "How fast can I walk away? There's no reason for me to be here anymore." That was very embarrassing.
Yeah, that's the worst. You're like, they saw me. They're gonna realize I'm the man.
They saw something. They saw something
Go,
special.
no, we have no idea who you are. We didn't see it.
Yeah.
We heard you did good though. That was great. I got to watch James bum a cigarette from Post Malone last night.
It's fantastic.
Insane. You're a Hollywood ghoul now. You've become a big time celeb overnight, dude. The catamaran plan became just
insane.
It's out of control. I watched him bum a cigarette and I pretended like I was like, what the fuck? There was a little bit of him that he's like, well, I don't know. No, it was awesome. How nice is Post Malone, dude? That guy fucking rules.
He's a man.
I've never seen a man with a full set of silver teeth who I wasn't afraid of before, but he's
so cool, dude.
Yeah, he's a man. For real, he's a very nice dude.
Is there anybody you hated so far?
Very chill.
I do not have an ongoing feud with any big comedians in America. No, there's nothing going on that we can't.
Who are you fighting against?
Listen, I like Nate Bargatze. Yeah. I like him, and I went to go and tell him that I thought he was great, and he took it wrong.
Bargatze was on McCain's ass.
Oh my god,
night,
dude! He's trying to sink the catamaran.
How are we gonna work it out, Nate? That's the way forward.
It's over.
Yeah, dude.
Bargatze is a psycho. He'll never forgive you. He'll never forgive you for that.
That was so funny.
Is it still recording? All right.
The best one, Adam's sitting there, and while James is talking to Nate, Adam goes, "Why are you staring me in the eyes while you're talking to him?"
It was Nate's very no. You're
Hold
fine.
on. No, he did. He got me. Spit take. James spit taked us. We had to take some selfies for the slideshow.
Nate's very good at doing exactly what he just did. He talks shit. He's very good at making you feel like he's seriously angry at you. Because I think it's coming from a little bit of place of truth.
Yeah, we're all struggling some way or the other, no matter what. We all have an inner landscape we have to deal with, regardless of anything.
Yeah,
you know.
And when another comedian sits down and goes, "Oh, I heard about you this year."
But you don't have to take that bad. You can just be like, sweet.
Oh, of course.
That's the thing. It's like, bro, especially with comedy, like, dude, nobody knows.
Yeah.
When you're with comedy fans, you're like, oh, dude, obviously people know. But like, if you ask average people, they're like, I have no fucking clue.
No one knows.
For 99.9% of comedians, the average person's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but it was good. And then James, he walked you down.
He did, bro. He humbled you.
I will say, David Spade lifted me up. I got to. I didn't know people would be there. I thought we were going to. I almost wore my shorts. I thought we were just going to be in a pool drinking, and then you're at a extremely fancy hotel, and David Spade was sitting next to you.
Hunter Biden Hotel.
Yeah, and then I ran away to call my wife, and I was like, David Spade's here. Oh, the angry bum.
So I got the DOS on that. Well, I don't know if it's true or not. Actually, I'm curious to see. They said there's this drug here called Zombie, which I was like,
well, if that's the case, that guy was on that.
Well,
that was a zombie.
The driver was saying that this drug will, like, if you're fucked up on it. Again, this is I haven't looked into it myself. But what the guy was saying is like it just whacks you out so much. Like he could have been looking at us, and he's like, you guys could have looked like a building or like an animal to him. Yeah. Like he might have just been. He was totally gone.
I don't know. He was calling us gay.
I was using some sterner words than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Also, he kept saying, don't. He said, don't look at me.
Is that what he yelled on the way? Well,
don't you look at me.
Well, I was staring.
You were goading him.
He got all right. So on the
busiest street in the world.
Yeah, that's on the walk over. Me and Matt were walking to the Chateau Marmont.
Chateau Marmont.
We tried to go to a pool bar, but then we were like, oh, the Hunter Biden. We should go to the Hunter Biden hotel.
I kept trying to bring up Hunter Biden smoking crack in there last night, and nobody would. Everyone was like, oh, "Cool." I was like, "Yeah, this is where he smoked crack," and they'd be like, "All right, man." It's cool.
But we're walking over, and there was just a tiny alcove, and it was a Call of Duty zombie popped out. Yeah, just full fucking.
It was like a little brick half wall, and he just fucking for real, like maybe 5 feet from us, was just like, "Hey, you motherfuckers! What else you say? You motherfuckers!" And just and then stood
on it, and
stood on the half wall, and I was like, "Here we go, dude. We have to kill this
You
guy.
and me are gonna have to beat this guy to death.
We have to finally. I've talked about beating homeless guys to death for a long
talked about
time.
beating a homeless guy right before that guy popped out. You did put that on us. He was trying to just watch the dog park and mumble to himself, and Matt was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill this motherfucker."
Oh yeah, there was a guy.
20 feet later, a bum got out.
Watching the dog park, and I was like, "Yo, what if I just fucking crack this dude as hard as I could?" And then we walk 5 more feet. This guy's like, "You motherfuckers!" We might have.
They hive mind.
I was about to say they did,
sure.
dude. They had the fucking fungus growing, dude.
Yeah,
they were just kind of like,
he got us.
it's
so
not funny
bad,
to talk about cracking homeless guys in the head as hard as you can.
But then on the walk back, we walked on the other side of the street this time. But I just stared at him the whole time because
I didn't know you activated.
And
him.
I activated him. That fucking asshole. I hated that guy. He was so mean.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So I didn't think I would be able to activate him. I wanted to try to use the force from across the street.
You did.
And I just kept nodding at him, like slightly nodding from across the street. And he was going like this. He was doing this. And I was like, damn, is he doing that to me? And I was like, oh, he's just putting a
hush, finger to the mouth.
Up. But
True, good call.
I was like, I think he's looking at me. And I kept going like that to him. And then he was like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, there he is.
We should see if we can sneak up on him today. You motherfucker, fuck you.
I think he'd be down right away.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd get scared. I think he'd be
he'd
match the energy immediately.
He also might be sleeping for the next 14 hours, so.
Yeah.
Because that was, dude, for real. It was maybe the shirtless dude just emerged onto a brick half wall 4 feet from us so fast.
This loudest screaming.
And like, inching toward. The fact that he respected his boundaries though was kind of cool. Like wouldn't cross.
It
over
was a dog.
Like it was for real. It was like a dog in the front yard jumping up on the fence as he wouldn't come out. But yeah, the fact because it was beef. So I was like, damn, the fact that you're really.
Oh, I wanted the smoke on the walk back, dude.
For real, when he hopped up, I thought it was academics. I thought it was.
I'm gonna whoop academics' ass for what he's done, dude.
I'm kidding.
How dare you bring up my own quote that I said
that I injected in it?
I said, yeah.
No, the idea of having beef with academics is funny.
It is funny.
I don't really want beef with Dak.
No, we don't want any.
I don't want beef with anybody, dude.
I want beef with that fucking homeless guy though.
For real.
He's scared the fuck out. That was the most scared I've been in so long.
I had like dragging coffee too, so I was already all adrenalized, and that hit me, and I was like,
yeah, it wasn't even fight adrenaline. It was different. I was so scared. It was so fucking scary.
Yeah, it was for real. I was just like, no, dude, no. It's tangled up with a sweaty fucking homeless guy with a shirt
And no
off.
one helps you.
No.
Everybody on the street.
The two ladies, obviously they had to. We
Yeah.
were the protectors, obviously. The two ladies just dipped out right across
No
the
one's
street.
going to help. I watched a guy get chased by a bum in San Diego, and it was so fucking funny. It's like it's not touching anyone else. The bum was not attacking anyone. He just saw a guy across the street who was like, fucking
They call everyone
printed at him, and the guy was just like, no way.
Stop.
Yeah.
There was gay guys.
There's a lady in Austin who keeps getting her tits out and calling me the N-word.
Really?
Yeah. She's near the creek in the cave. She'll just like shirt off, tits out, hey! And then she launches in. But it's also, this is like the richest, most beautiful part of America. And so like, and any other country in the world, those homeless people would be run out brutally. It's such a free country that you go, here are our billionaires, and there's a man on some sort of zombie-eating drug ready to say that he's going to rape him into next week. I mean, this is a really interesting...
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
They're
Does
not
that fly in Australia? Do you have like wild homeless... Don't you guys...
It builds up, and then we push them away.
To where,
and then
the suburbs?
Yeah, we just wait until the hipster ladies are attacked, and then we have an excuse to push them out. But it keeps building up and then coming down.
Yeah, I know of someone who has a restaurant, and they were saying like they're like the homeless people were coming up like crazy, and they kept telling the waitresses he was managing. He's like, bro, like leave him alone. Like don't like you just can't let him in. Like I know it sucks, you just can't trust me. And the lady was like, yeah, giving him shit. And then she like went to bring a guy like a burger outside in the parking lot, and the dude just grabbed her pussy. I mean, it's terrible. But the guy was like, "I told you to stop fucking with these guys, man." He was fucking honked her, which is terrible.
You guys, what, you sell hot dogs? He fucking grabbed it.
She like was like, "Fuck my boss." I went out to like give the guy some food. The guy was like honking.
She tried to give the homeless guy a cheeseburger.
I think she went. He just grabbed it.
I had one beautiful experience with the homeless in America before I got used to it. I don't know if I said... I was in Pittsburgh, and there was a guy on the street who I'd bum the cigarette. I'm bumming cigarettes off too many people. And I said, God bless you. And he said, are you a Christian? I said, yeah. And he just started reciting scripture to me. And he had me hang out with him and buy him beers for like 3 hours until my Greyhound bus left. The whole time I thought he was going to kill me. I thought it was like building up to some weird thing. And it wasn't. He just like said he was having a hard time and we hugged and I got on a bus. But it was nice. Like, I'll never have that experience again because I'll never be open to talking to a homeless. Like after that one, there were about 17 bad ones. But there was one beautiful one. I'm happy I had it.
That happens when you're new in a city because I grew up, there was zero homeless. It was but as soon as I got to Philly, I was it took me a month. I was literally shaking hands with every single homeless guy. Every single guy that was like, oh, I need a little bit of money for the bus to get back to Jersey. I'd be like, oh, well, how much do you need? Yeah. Like about $20. I'm like, I think I got that.
Your family's in the car?
Yeah. It's like, holy shit, your family's in New Jersey and you have to get back? All right. They got me every single fucking time. And then you get used to it and
a guy would hold the door for you in a 7-Eleven. You're like, I'm sorry, sir.
That guy got me. That guy on Lancaster Ave, 7-Eleven, would get me every single thing. We knew each other. He would be like, what's up, big man? He always had fresh shoes, though.
He did, actually.
That was the one thing I always noticed about him.
He did. That was good for him.
He was the man. That was a good homeless guy.
Dude ruled.
I never heard him lash out, really.
Yeah, I've heard him spaz.
Every once in a while, he'll lash.
He was a little nasty to me. Every night, if I didn't have it, he'd be like, you motherfucking bitch. And I'd be like,
he would do that?
All right, yeah. If we're thinking of the same guy.
It was an older black dude, yeah.
Jacked, ripped, not jacked. He was more ripped, honestly. He was more cut.
He was on that, yeah.
Yeah, he's on that hydroxy
paleo diet. Dude. He was on the full caveman diet.
Yeah, the rocks.
Actually, he was fully on just taquitos.
Yeah.
He was fully on whatever roller hot dog somebody walked out and gave him.
He was on 900 calories a day.
Yeah.
The 900 calorie a day diet. No fucking nutrition whatsoever. But yeah, I got tricked by those guys a lot, and then I started to wisen up. Now the cashless economy is killing the homeless, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm like, I can't do this. It's too complicated, man. I'm like,
I can't Venmo you.
Do you have any money? I'm like, I have a ton, but I can't. I was like, I don't, like, you don't have that. You lack the technology for me to transfer my wealth to you, so I have to go. I have to leave. It's terrible.
It is.
It's awful. But if I have cash, usually I'll try to hook the bros up with some motherfucking cash.
Yeah.
Or it is nice. I remember the one time I was taking a mega bus from, I think, Philly to New York, and I was walking around like that area in Chinatown, and these bros were out, these homeless dudes, and I was like, they're like, yeah. I was like, dude, I'll go get you. You guys want food? And they're like, dude, yeah, please. I gave them like the Wawa party hoagie, 2 liters, dude. The bros chowed. It was so nice. Tight. It was very nice.
Yeah.
And there was like a bunch of other dudes came. They started just chowing.
Hit the boys with a fucking hoagie platter.
Yeah, with
some
2 liters, big bag of chips.
That's
dude.
sick.
They were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, we could give that to the mean bum.
True.
Hook him up with some grub.
That's not a bad idea.
Just be like, "We're sorry."
Bring him to the mall.
I should bring him to the show tonight.
That would be tight.
I'll let him go. He'll introduce the show. I'll sprint out from the
you motherfucker.
From the back curtain.
He comes out. Fuck you motherfuckers.
I'm gonna bring him. I'm gonna secretly bring him. So while you're on stage, I put him out on stage.
Dude, no.
There you are. You.
Well, there was 2 gay men eating dinner. They didn't even stand up for the cause.
No. I
was like, you guys. He called us. He called us.
It was fun for everybody.
Yeah, they were kind of like.
I'd be so happy if it, I've seen it happen to someone else, and it's so fucking funny.
Well, it's also if they were older gay gentlemen, so it's got to be kind of like an ironic twist to watch like 2 obviously deeply heterosexual men
sick fucking frat
walking down the
street,
just be called fags and get attacked, and them just being like,
it's not that fun. They were literally at a pink bench. They were sitting at a gay table.
I was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, you'd think they would have came to our defense. But no, it's funny to watch, obviously, again, like 2 just heterosexual alphas just being called gay. They must be like, hilarious.
Yeah. Matt. Oh, fuck. Matt, are you looking for the perfect gift to celebrate the moms in your life?
Yes.
Aura frames are beautiful Wi-Fi connected digital picture frames that allow you to share and display unlimited photos. It's super easy to upload and share photos via the Aura app. And if you're giving an Aura as a gift, you can even personalize the frame with preloaded photos and memories.
Fuck yes.
Do you remember us? Do you remember what we did on the road?
Oh, yeah. I want to put that memory. I want to put a video in there.
Personal endorsement. Do you remember that?
I remember that. I remember everything.
I personally endorsed you.
I'm going to have to hide that frame, though. That'll be just for me.
From grandmothers to new mothers, aunts, and even friends in your life, every mom loves an Aura frame. Named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter and selected as one of Oprah's favorite things. Holy shit.
That's awesome.
Aura frames are guaranteed to bring joy to moms of all ages.
Yo. Know who else is guaranteed to bring joy to moms of all ages? Your boy.
Read the fucking verbatim.
My turn here. Let me see the verbatim. Right now, Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. Listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com/MSSP to get $30 off plus free shipping. Dude, it's hurting my eyes. That's shipping on the best-selling frame. That's AURA frame.com/MSSP. Use code MSSP at checkout to save. Terms and conditions apply.
That was good.
That was tough. I was going off of memory for a lot of that.
I was shaking the camera.
Shit.
Yeah. All right.
Next, Dad.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. We all carry around different stressors, big and small. And when we keep them bottled up, what are you doing over there, dude? We keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us negatively. Therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and figure out how to work through whatever's weighing you down. All right? Personal endorsement. I love therapy.
Me too.
It's helping.
Yeah, dude.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/MSSP today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MSSP.
Excellent job.
You're excellent.
You can, man. Lucy is made for your nicotine routine and delivered straight to your door. It's 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco free. Always tobacco free. You can choose your preferred form, pouches, breakers, or gum, and you can choose your strength from 2 milligram to 12 milligram. Flavors include mint, apple ice, espresso, mango, and more. Save yourself from the weekly gas station stop and sign up for a monthly subscription, which saves you 15%. No commitment. Cancel anytime. Oh, bro, I fucking love. I mean, obviously, nicotine's the writer's best friend.
Yeah,
and if you only do, Peter Attia says, even Peter Attia condones it, who's a health guy.
Dude, they call you when the order arrives. They give you a phone call sometimes. It's
really?
Very nice. It feels very professional.
Lucy drops it off to you?
Yeah,
What?
Lucy delivers, dude.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no more. Yeah,
That's
grab one of
crazy.
the Lucy pouches.
The product that sets Lucy apart is Lucy Breakers. It's nicotine pouches, but with a tiny capsule inside. The capsule contains a liquid flavor that saturates the pouch before it's even in use. Break it with your teeth and boom, instant nicotine release when you need it. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/drenched and use promo code drenched to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Lucy.co and use code drenched to get 20% off and always free shipping. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Hey. Warning, this product does contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Yes.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this playoff basketball season is the most simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Prize Picks offers injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even
That's
if
nice.
That is kind of nice. Even if one of your players gets injured this playoff basketball season. If you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, Prize Picks will have your back and not count that as a loss. I mean, that's just very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna pick through some of the players too. I think a lot of these guys. I'm gonna go. I would pick under on everything.
Really?
Yeah.
You think no one's scoring?
I think no one's scoring as much. I don't think these guys can score as much as some of these Vegas guys think.
Well, it's playoff ball, dude. You might be right. There's a lot of defense.
A lot of defense.
Going off. Brunson's been going nuts. He ended my sweet Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He blew it?
He killed the Sixers. He sent them to the grave. DiVincenzo is nice, though. You'd like him.
I do. I know who you're talking about.
Villanova Wop.
Oh, really?
Sweet Villanova White Wop.
He's a 3-shooter.
What's he at? I'd like to see his points because I think he was 17 points. You could
let me say
lock of the week, dude. We picked a Wop from the Knicks.
There you go. There it is. Okay, download that app today and use code DRENCHED for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, download the PrizePicks app and use code DRENCHED for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. I got to get my picks in as soon as we get off this. Don't shine on my penis.
James. James, put that honker away, dude.
The pool was crazy too. I was having like really. I was like really confused in the pool because I was like, dude, are heterosexual guys like a spectacle?
Yeah, we are a spectacle here.
It was all gay men at the pool. It was
just hot women in bikinis,
yes,
and gay dudes oiled up in Speedos.
Yeah,
and then 4 fucking pasty idiots jumping in a 3-foot pool,
breath holding contest,
wrestling, seeing who can swim backwards, screaming. Yeah.
But I swear to God, I was like, are gay guys like? 2 things. I thought gay guys had more fun than straight guys. Then I started going, I don't think so. I think in the pool, I was like, we're having way more fun.
You can be silly. Yeah.
Gay guys are pretty silly too.
Not in the pool. They got to look good.
They can't be silly at the pool, but I think they're silly later at night. I think at 2 a.m. they get really silly.
Gooses get together. I felt it's such a gay neighborhood. I don't know why I did. I tucked my shirt in when I was walking to your hotel. I felt comfortable. I thought like, I would never usually tuck my shirt in, but as I'm on this little walk, I think I'm going to tuck my shirt in. I don't know what I was like. I'm proud of my body. I'm trying to tuck. And then when I got to the hotel and you were like, Spades here, I was like, fuck, I tucked the shirt immediately.
That would have been awesome if you walked in with a tucked in shirt. Can I see you? Is this the tucked in? We've become Hollywood fucking ghouls, dude.
Why?
Just making him unbuckle his pants in our hotel room.
True. Let me, I'm going to get some good footage for our slideshow here.
This is going to be a good... You look good like that. Damn, dude.
Yo, what the dick away, dude. You look good. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
That's a little too high.
That is nice,
You look like a 49er. You look like you're a gold mine.
You look good, dude. You look like an architect.
You look good like that.
Yeah, dude. I'm happy. But we're in West Beverly Hills. It is
West Hollywood.
West Hollywood. I'm happy West Hollywood fucking gave you that experience. We're like, you know what, dude? There's so many gay guys around. I'm gonna tuck my shirt.
Yeah, wait, I didn't understand the.
I get it. I actually get it.
Oh, you mean like you're not ashamed of your body?
It's like it feels better to fit.
It feels accepting.
It's like I'm exploring new parts of myself.
Non-sexually.
No, just the tuck.
Ew.
Yeah.
James,
Just talk. I might talk too tonight.
you talk sometimes.
I'm saying I might tuck something. I might tuck my dong, dude.
Yeah, your dick.
I might tuck my dong.
When I was a boy, I tried, teenager.
What happens when you tuck?
The penis is too forward. I can't get the penis
like
under
a
the legs.
boner, like
No, I mean like even flaccid as they come, I can't get I think maybe it sits just like half an inch too high up. I can't get it behind the legs.
interesting.
Can you get it behind the legs?
Yeah. I have a tiny penis. So I can get my penis behind my legs.
I'd make a terrible drag queen. It just feels very uncomfortable.
Well, you have a gigantic penis that's always poking out of your pants.
No, it's not true. It's all optics. It's all optics.
You're like, James, those sweatpants have drawstrings? He goes, it turns around, yeah, actually, and it's just a fucking, just an elephant nose in everyone's face. You're like, dude, come on, man.
That was fun.
That was very funny.
I'm retiring
the gray sweats.
Ever since we pointed out your penis in your gray sweatpants, I haven't worn mine once.
Yeah, then you go. Yeah,
and they go, well, now that we're all making fun of it, everyone's going to see my fucking dongs.
Dude, I was coming off the plane. I was with Brittany. I was flying, and like I walked out, and she goes like, "Oh wow, what are you happy to see me?" And I was like, "I just came out 2 seconds. I came out half a second ago." I'm like, "Do you look at dicks all day?" Like, I think that, and she was just started laughing. I'm like, "Girls look at dicks all day long."
They better not.
It's annoying.
They better not.
I hate
that
it.
Changes a lot of things for me.
Yeah, man. Although it's like, I think it's just about the way you move. If you have the penis on display and you just move real good, they're like, oh, hell yeah.
They like the way you move.
That's what I tell myself all the time. I'm like, it's all about the way you move, dude.
It's about the motion in the ocean.
If your tiny penis is sticking out of your fucking sweatpants,
It doesn't matter if you have a tiny penis and you're in West Hollywood where everybody has a gay giant cock.
Yeah, just tuck your shirt in, dude.
Everyone's either a homeless guy with a monster cock. Or you've seen those boys jacking off before, right?
No.
Dude, I've caught a couple of these guys. Every single time a homeless guy's jacking off in
Really?
public. It's comically big.
Yeah.
I walked past, this guy was just in a phone booth in New York. I was like, oh, nice, they still have phone booths. And I looked in, it was a black dude with his dick in his knee, like, ah. And I was honestly, this is true, I was walking with a girl at the time, and I was honestly like, holy shit, this is embarrassing. Now she's seen the biggest dick of all time.
We were walking one time.
I was jealous of the homeless man jacking off in a phone booth. He was becoming Superman. Dude.
We all are.
He was transferring.
I'm just on the outside, like, I'm next, dude. Please, come on, taking forever. Yeah, we saw a guy peeing one time, huge dick. And Brittany's like, oh my God, he's peeing. I'm like, all right, we know he's peeing.
Yeah.
Stop looking at his fucking
look
giant
at
dick.
his giant cock.
Come on. See, that's just upsetting. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Yeah, of course.
His giant peeing dick. The stream is probably ripping
It's a
too.
river.
Fuck, dude. Fuck.
No, but if you got a big penis, you should have a loose stream. Do you know? Because you got a big penis, big urethra, no pressure. Or should just dribble out. No, that's interesting. Yeah. Yes. It's the small penis that can really shoot up and win those competitions as a schoolboy.
Bro, it's a sawed off. bro. You got that sawed off shotgun. It comes flying out. But no, I think the big, I don't know. I'm trying to think every time I pee. It's pretty slow. It's pretty slow.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty slow.
I don't think it comes out of me, actually. I think it just falls out of my butt because my dick's so big. But yeah, the week's been fun though, man. It's been a very, very fun time.
Yeah.
Doing stand-up and being in sunny California. I got to walk around today. It was very nice.
Sunny California is very nice.
It is. Very, very sweet.
See bad the libs have fucking ruined it.
Not after the roast.
The roast is bringing it back, dude. There's going to be a Republican governor here shortly.
Wasn't there apparently the mayor was close? That's what I was hearing yesterday.
Yeah.
The mayor was almost a Republican.
There's a guy he was a Democrat, but he was like tough on crime and shit.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't. He was a
He
Dem.
almost got it, yeah. I think he's a Dem. I think you have to be here.
Yeah, I would assume so. Repub's more Orange County. But shit. But what else, man? What else is going on?
Nothing. Everything's just been cool, so
I know.
It's kind of hard to talk about.
I know. It is tough. I think
the premiere was fucking great.
That was awesome.
Tyre's premiere was awesome. That made me so happy. It's way different than comedy.
Yeah,
like doing stand-up, you get a laugh and you're like, yeah, whatever. Fuck, I got to do the next joke. Fuck.
Yeah, it's almost you're almost Huck Finn in your own funeral. Like
yeah,
you're sitting there watching yourself on screen and then watching people react to you. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it was awesome. Made me the happiest I've been in a while. When Gerben got on, like all that, it was so fun,
dude.
We made Gerben give a speech before we had dinner before the premiere, and a guy from Netflix gave a speech, and then I was like, "You have to make Steve," and he was like, "All right," and I was like, "Call him the big star, call him the Netflix's next big thing." And he did that, and he was like, "You're Netflix's next big thing." And he was like, "Did Shane tell you to say this?" And then he was like, "You got to give a speech, Steve." And he was like, "Well, Shane should give the speech. I'm not giving a speech." I was like, "Steve, stop being rude, dude. You're the number one superstar. Please give the speech." And then he gave a very, very nice speech, and I had to say, "Shut up," because I was starting to cry.
Oh, that's
I was
really
like,
nice.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, it was really, really
Gerben
nice.
is an absolute fucking treat.
He's the best.
It was also, dude. It's crazy.
He's a company man, dude.
He is, dude.
He's a Bud Light man.
Bud Light company man.
Company man. He's been drinking 3 Bud Lights a night. Because we went out in Westchester when we were filming, and he was like, we'd be out. He had 3 beers in like for real 3 hours.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm too drunk," and I was like, "Physically, you can't.
Yeah.
Your body would have metabolized all that. It's literally 0. If you had a breathalyzer, you'd blow a 0.1 or 0.1 right now. There's nothing in you." And he's like, "I'm telling you, I just get too drunk." So I think he felt bad. Now he's been training. He's been drinking 3 Bud Lights a night to be like, "You're right. It feels so good." He loves it. Dude, he's becoming a man. He is. He golfs during the day, and then he drinks Bud Light and he watches the Phillies every day now.
That's so sick.
He drinks Bud Light and watches the Phils.
And he's jacked, dude.
And he got jacked.
He's fucking ripped.
He's just a man now.
That's awesome. It's crazy. Yeah. He became all because he drank 3 beers.
You have 3 beers. Watch the Phillies.
Drinking moderately is very nice if you can do it. If you can drink 3 drinks, it's nice.
I was on the precipice last night.
Yeah, I saw you dip out. I was like, nice work.
Yeah. I mean, it was late. It wasn't even that late. It was like 1.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to bed way earlier, and I just had the late coffee.
You were having fun though.
Just having too much fun, dude. I was skateboarding last night.
Yeah, with that. Yeah,
Fuck. I'm terrible with names. It was Ian Fidance, obviously, who wears a helmet and wrist guards, which is the funniest thing in the world.
He wore a helmet and wrist guards?
He just started skateboarding like 3 days ago. Who was the one comic when we walked in? He's like a
Chappelle.
Is his name Chappelle?
His name's Chappelle.
Black dude.
Black dude. Yeah.
Dude, he has a board in his fucking Jeep.
He's one of the nicest.
He's the man.
He's so
dude.
cool.
He's absolutely.
Dude, he was a male cheerleader for 15 years. He's like a freak cheerleader.
Obviously, bass holding up the babes.
And but he could do flips and shit. He's awesome.
Whoa, he could do all that stuff.
Huge, yeah.
Shit, damn, that's
He's
crazy.
jacked,
So he was like a gymnast.
Yeah.
That's a giant gymnast.
Like super competitive male cheerleading.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Brittany was a super competitive cheerleader.
Yeah.
Every time she's like the male cheerleaders, I always think about them grabbing her butt. I'm like, fuck that. Fuck that. That should be strong girls. That's fucked up.
That should just be the big dogs. The base. The base of the pyramid.
I'm like, yeah, but they grab you. Like, yeah, but it's not like that. I'm like, it's like that.
I do like the anytime like I was walking the other day and I saw a group of like influencer girls doing a TikTok dance in like an alley, and one of the girls was very, very fat.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah.
That is nice.
Good for her. When I was younger, you see the fat cheerleader from the opposing team's high school, you'd be like, and now I've gotten older and I'm like, I respect what they're up to.
Me too.
Just going out there and going, they're tucking their shirt in.
They are.
They're saying that I'm in West Hollywood. I can be fat.
Be fat and dance.
One of the first things I did when I came to America last year was I went to a high school football game, and the halftime show was incredible. But I found out that about the skinny girls are cheerleading and the fat girls wave a flag. You got four fat girls. Yeah, 4. It's what they got called.
The flag. They're like the flag bearers.
Yeah, but like that's funny that some teachers like you're a fat girl, you got a flag, you're hot. Let's see your underpants.
No, they're
it's nice that there's something for the fat girls to do. That section of the ensemble must have gotten a lot bigger over the last 20 years in this country.
The flag's good. It's like when you're at like an outdoor patio furniture and there's that really heavy base that holds the umbrella.
Yeah, they're always the base. Yeah, you need a sturdy bitch to hold.
You do
base of the pyramid. That's how the Egyptians did it.
Yeah, we need big women. Big women truly are beautiful. It's just they have to.
They're also just hilarious.
They're very funny. They are very funny, very strong. I wouldn't mind figuring out a way to wrestle larger women. Just like, no, I'm serious.
I know, that's why it's funny.
The what?
There was, who was it who was wrestling the
women? It was, what's his name?
Andy Kaufman was wrestling women. But I would like, seriously and very discreetly, I'd like to set up like a small, like a jiu-jitsu thing where I just wrestle like very big women and just,
sturdy broads.
Sturdy babes.
Push them around a little.
Push them around, get kind of shoved around. You see what they're about, I think it'd be kind of nice.
Test their power. You want to test their torque, dude.
It's not cheating. I'm testing power.
You need to test the power.
It wouldn't be. My wife I'd make my wife watch.
Yeah.
I said, you have to watch. Make sure they don't get out. Yeah.
This is going to, I know where this is going.
What are you talking about?
This is going to be extreme fucking, what's that wrestling? What's that porn you liked?
The fuck is it called?
Extreme domination or
fuck. What the fuck is it called?
I don't know, but Matt used to jack off to
wrestling porn.
Wrestling porn. Years later, he's sitting here going, "I'd like to get into wrestling."
I'd like a referee there, if they would put their hands on my pants, that would be called. It'd be flagged.
Would the referee be a beautiful woman?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sick.
Just I don't want. Yeah.
And your wife's watching, cheering.
My wife would be watching, cheering, scoring. Just more so in my corner.
Would you want her cheering for you or against you?
That depends on the day, brother.
Because if she's cheering against you and a big dog's holding you down and a hot referee is like, I'll allow it, and she starts grabbing you.
Now that's not. I'm talking about physical fitness. That sounds like a sexual thing.
It's not sexual.
I'm talking about physical.
It's
fitness.
not sexual. None of this is
what
sexual.
you're describing. The way you're describing that sounds a bit sexual. I would like. It depends on the day. I don't know. I'd like to have her in my corner, but I wouldn't mind her like
I know somebody who would also really love this.
Ew.
The catamaran playing, dude. James, you get worked up, dude. You're a very sexual man.
I thought like I was the biggest pervert because before I fixed my Instagram algorithm, I managed to convince it that I put on safe mode. I'm not getting any politics. I'm not getting any tits. Nothing. But the last thing that set me over the edge of like, it knows I'm a degenerate and I don't want that part of myself out there was the breastfeeding women. And I thought it was just me getting that. If a woman would come out full nipples out and then seemingly a child, people are telling me it's a doll.
Yeah.
But last night it was confirmed that other people are getting this as well, and I felt it's not on me. It's on the company pushing the breastfeeding content. That is the most it goes children getting blown up in Gaza and breastfeeding women with an actual child in the shot as the two most
You can also
hideous
you can do
reels.
plastic surgery before and afters too. They let you show tits. You can do a lady's like cut up stomach.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, they let those things fly. But yeah, Lemaire was telling me about the breastfeeding thing, and I'm like, that's nothing to celebrate, dude. You sicko.
Yeah,
because there's a baby.
Yeah.
It's like there's a baby there.
It's not CP, but it's not a world away from it's sexualizing the
it's yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude, you know what?
There's this. I love catamaran content, and there's Sailing La Vagabonda is like the number one hot couple who sail around the world, and they had kids, and now they sail around the world with their kids. And I looked at the Reddit, and it's people going, "This she's so hot, this woman, she's so," but to post pictures of her being hot in a way that's not creepy because her kids are in all the videos, they've just like colored all their children out. So you're looking, it's like her in a bikini and like a black shadow where a child used to be. So it's like, this is fine. There's nothing weird going on here. There's just a huge chasm in the middle of the photo. Yeah. Stalin has taken a child out of it.
Dude, you know what's fucked up? So last night, whenever I could not sleep at all last night. So I put on, obviously No Jumper. So I'm listening to No Jumper, dude. And I forget who he was talking to, but they were talking about Girls Gone Wild and how that was basically a child porn distribution ring that was getting sold on TV. Because he was like, dude, they were college kids. So there'd probably be underage, a lot of underage girls. And it's like, you just present this guy a fake ID and be like, here you go. And he was like, yeah, they were technically selling what could have been sometimes child porn on TV for years.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I never thought about that.
Yeah, thankfully we were kids.
I know. Thank God.
We was kids.
Thank God. We were kids.
We was kids.
Because the analogy, it was actually kind of cool. He was talking about how MTV Grind was like the face of it. And then at nighttime, it was like those same chicks, and they would just get hammered.
What was MTV Grind?
MTV Grind? You never saw that show? It was when
like Spring Break?
Yes, it was when people would be in bikinis and jack dudes would be like just fucking dancing, and it's a black dude tearing it up in jeans.
Even as a kid, I never wanted to be a part of that. I remember watching those Spring Break MTV things, and even as a kid being like, that looks like shit out there.
Oh, I wanted to go so bad.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to go so badly. I wanted to go grind. I wanted to grind.
Yeah, I take that back. Grinding fucking ruled.
Grinding so
going to a party,
sick.
being like, all right, we're gonna go. And it was funny too because we went to a very small. I grew up in a small school. Like we went to a small school, so it was just the same 8 girls and the same 8 guys.
Just grinding
every weekend. We'd be like, all right, we're going to a party this weekend. Just grinding in some kid's basement. Be like, nice, sick. See you next week.
Grinding was so
grinding
sick.
On the exact same girls. We'd all have the same girlfriend.
I know.
And then you'd switch. We'd girlfriend swap with your boys
and grind. Yeah, I've said that before, man. It's like those parents that just let 7th graders down a finished basement and like check on them every 2 hours. It's like, don't. What are you doing, boy? That's crazy to be like. It was like I never had. I think I had a boy girl party not till I was like in high school. And my parents were gone, obviously, so I shouldn't call it a boy girl party. It sounds kind of lame. I started a party at my parents' house. But like, there was like
party.
There was a boy girl party, but there was like I remember the parents would just do that, and it's like,
yeah,
why are you setting this environment up?
We'd all just get hand jobs and fingers.
Yes, dude.
That's the whole point of the party is you'd go into a back room and finger a girl.
I just want you getting fingered in my house where it's safe.
You'd be
my roof.
Yeah, you'd be next to like a fucking water heater, just like huddled against it, just getting a hand job in a fucking basement.
Those were the days, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a beautiful thing to like.
No, it's disgusting.
You'd be like, it's time I have a bunch of children have sex in my house.
Oh God.
Saved from all this. I had the latest puberty at my school, so I was.
True.
No, where it's basically a basement free. We've got a lot of backyards, so a lot of this went on in backyards. But I didn't hit puberty till I was like 17.
Whoa.
So I was the oldest soprano in the boys' choir they'd ever had. So I escaped a lot of this until university. Of course, sublime.
I want to join a choir so bad, dude. I want in.
You want to?
Yeah, dude, a fucking choir would be awesome.
You guys got to get out of West Hollywood, dude.
No, I've wanted.
This land's tearing us apart.
I've wanted to be in a choir before.
We need to go back to the East Coast, dude.
I was beginning. My cousin was in the Philadelphia Boys Choir. Ajax. Ajax is a nasty singer, bro. He's a nasty singer, dude. There's something like for real that's very good about singing with a bunch of people. It's very good for you. I think it's
when you're at the new mass and they bring out the electric guitar or whatever, or they're playing the pre-record music. It's terrible. You want to sing with everybody you're there. It's so nice. Sunday morning, all singing together.
Yeah.
Although the Austin Cathedral has a great mass. Sadly, I went out to change my son's diaper during the mass, and there was a crackhead next to my car. So that was exciting. He should have come in and heard the good word. But
true. What was he doing to your car? Was he like?
He was just right next to it, smoking crack and looking at me, changing my son.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I get going to a church where they have fucking like drums and a guitar.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Putting your hands in the air?
Yeah. And there's some weird guy with his fucking button-down shirt tucked into his pants playing fucking saxophone.
Yeah, those. The churches where people put their hands up. Like, I'm obviously two hands around on camera.
That was a Roman salute.
That was. I'm holding a microphone.
Just for the record, Matt gave a Roman salute. Accidental Roman salute.
Well, I was holding up. I was trying to. Whatever. But the Roman salute's so funny.
Who was that? That was like it was a Roman salute. He was at a fucking.
Was it Fuente?
Was it Spencer?
Yeah, it was
Richard Spencer was at like a Charlottesville type rally.
No, I was saying.
From the back of like he wasn't even in a cool fucking Mercedes. He was like standing in the back of a Sebring.
Yeah, he was
tossing up clearly a Hitler salute. And he was like, "That was a Roman salute." I don't know why anyone would think that.
Yeah, what happened with the frat boys? Didn't the pendulum did swing, dude?
The frat boys battled against because everybody, even if you're pro Palestine, the college kids are bothering everybody.
Yeah,
they're not helping.
It's a shame that is a activity. I mean, there's like when I went to college, it's like you go to the bar, try to get pussy, get weed.
Yeah.
Now it seems like you must do public activism in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That's kind of annoying. Although getting that activist pussy would be nice, dude.
Yeah.
You and a babe
going home
off
being like, we made a difference today. Now it's time.
We made a better world.
Yeah, but the frat bros went after them, but then it's just stoking. It actually looked like 2016 again.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of fucking dudes in like American flag overalls and
pink
shit.
Shorts.
Just patriots screaming at minorities and fucking college kids.
Yeah, it's not the move.
It was perfect for the media. It's exactly what they want ahead of this election.
What they didn't show in the media, which blew up on X, was the frat boys defending the American flag. When the Palestinian protesters were trying to tear down the American flag to put up the Palestinian flags, and the frat boys got around the flag and were putting their bodies on the line to keep the flag. That was beautiful. That should have been on. Nice. Should have been on every news broadcast.
It's also embarrassing. They're doing any of them are.
It must be so nice though to be one of the frat bros. You're just jacked. You're all on steroids. Getting drunk. You go down and get to beat up the activists.
Yeah, it does rule. I'm just saying it's just embarrassing. They're like, we're putting this one up. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah, of course, it's all embarrassing. But defending the American flag with a solid pass set is
also.
dream.
I think you're legally allowed to like punch somebody if they're like trying to like mess the flag up. I think you're allowed to beat them up.
I think you're allowed to burn people who try to come for the flag.
yeah.
Yeah, true. That is kind of sick. It's just so funny, dude.
If you're not even aware of repercussions, who cares? You're just down there. You're like, sure, there's gonna be a lot of news cameras, and I'm gonna look like a racist, but who cares?
Psycho,
I'm in Delta Chi right now. I can go down there and get jacked and push over some ladies.
Yeah, them in like a big old looking oak floored living room. Be like, we gotta do something, bro. This is fucking bullshit. Yeah, you can't make fun of them because it's it's just as ridiculous as all the other stuff. It's like, people are taking in too much inflammatory stuff. On my YouTube, I try to like get rid of this stuff, and it's nonstop. Like, can you believe fucking blah blah blah? And it's like, I don't want to watch this, dude.
Yeah,
I don't want to see this anymore. The Bible quotes have infiltrated my YouTube. That's the best. It's the best of just a dude narrating the Bible, and I fall asleep to it. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
It's very nice. Yeah.
I thought you were getting hit with like those reels.
No.
Those Fear the Lamb reels.
Those are nasty.
Sick,
those
dude.
are.
I'll show you some Fear the Lamb.
Yeah, those are nasty.
My bad. It's always Baldwin from Kingdom of Heaven.
Oh, yes.
It's always Baldwin.
I've seen when he goes like, do you think you know how your story ends? No man knows. I've never seen Kingdom of Heaven, but I've watched those clips.
Oh, it's awesome.
How long do you want this episode to be?
It doesn't matter.
Do an hour on this, and we'll slide to the page.
Fear the Lamb. It's just a bunch of. Sometimes they're good. It's just very funny. They try to make badass like AI edits.
This is what I get. This is my YouTube algorithm now.
Do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong.
That's nice.
It's very nice, dude.
This is just now they got Fear the Lamb gear. It's about getting jacked and loving God.
Dude, that's been hitting my algorithm is jacked. Yo.
Anytime you go to the gym, you got to think of the Passion of the Christ.
You have to. That was Adam Devine's character from Righteous Gemstones of dudes getting jacked for Jesus. That's starting to infiltrate.
It started in the 1900s. They called it
really
muscular Christianity. That's why people started playing sport in boarding schools. That's why sport was invented in elite boarding schools. It was the doctrine of muscular Christianity.
Oh, nice.
Good vigorous activity would stop boys because before then the buggery was out of control.
Yeah,
and it was pretty bad afterwards as well. But sport offered a pleasant. The puffy behaviour had to come to an end. Shirts were getting untucked.
What's
then.
the other one you're not allowed to say? Woolly
Woofter is, I think, all right, but Poofter is definitely frowned upon.
It's crazy. The slang you have for gay guys is gay.
Poofter
is a gay insult.
It's is it onomatopoeia? Thing that sounds like what it is.
Oh, really?
That's not onomatopoeia. I don't know what is it. Onomatopoeia.
That's what onomatopoeia is. But what would Poofter be?
Well, Poofter. Sort of sounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say
a little pink fart comes out.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
farting out your gay butt.
Yeah, I'm big into muscular Christianity right now. It's so tight, dude. That's for real. It is funny, and B, it's like so sick.
Yeah, getting jacked for God.
Because it doesn't make sense to do really much else. It's like, I'm not going to get fired up over the news. I'm not going to do this. It's like, yeah, I'll just get jacked and think about the Bible. It's like, what the fuck? That's truly one of the best things you can the best combination.
This is bigger than me. This is for Allah. This is for all the Muslims around the world. I do this for Jesus Christ and the kingdom of heaven.
Damn. Ryan Garcia is a man.
800 to 1, and you just pull off a massive upset. How did you do it? God did. My Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, I'll give you all the glory. How could you do it? Without you, I love you so much.
Peace. Fear the Lamb, dude. We have to get jacked.
Fear the Lamb, Ron Garcia. Fear the Lamb, Ron Garcia.
He's the fucking best. Yeah, we have to get jacked and Christian. I have a ma'am now, right?
You have what?
Brittany had a sir. I have a ma'am now.
What do you mean?
I have a lady who tracks all my. I'm doing a 5-week thing.
Oh, I forgot about sir.
Yeah, I have a ma'am. So, sir.
Oh, sir. Talk about sir again.
So, my wife.
She almost got tricked, dude.
She was fully in it. It was her friend. I'm friends with her as well. She's from Jamaica. So her and her sisters and cousins, friends from Jamaica, had caught on to this guy who was a Jamaican fitness guy, like a fitness guru from Jamaica. So he had this meal program. You would follow it, you'd work out, you'd send him your stuff. It's pretty normal, a lot like online personal training stuff. But the guy demanded that it was all women too. Yeah. So he had this little it was this little WhatsApp of just him and a bunch of women who would all have to call him sir, and then tell them what they ate today, and he would be real nasty, send all these before and after pics, all this stuff.
Yeah, this guy was...
It was crazy. And then he would just be a little motivation. He would just send a jacked picture with his shirt off. It was the funniest fucking thing. So Brittany's friend is I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do a fitness thing. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, looking at the thread, I'm like, what the fuck is this? She go, well, he wants us to call him sir. And I was like, what?
You can't call him sir.
Dude, so right away, I was like, this is ridiculous. And it was for real. Like, he would, if anyone said, like, well, I don't know, he would make a public display of them and be like, I don't need back. This is what you don't do. And it was like for real, it was like a high control environment where like calories, anything you ate, you had to take a picture and send it. It was a fucking like cult.
Did he ever meet the ladies?
No, that was the thing when he was in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So I think he did meet some of them.
Didn't he wasn't there like part like the final step is you have to fly down to them?
No, there was, what was it? There was something. I remember she was going to Jamaica at one point. I don't know if it was before or after. And I was like, dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you if you're down here with fucking the guy.
If you're down there with sir.
But no, it wasn't that. But I think there was. I mean, dude, it was just ladies sending pictures of women in their underwear.
Yeah.
And he was definitely meeting up with some of them who lived down there. That was my one saving grace. I'm like, thank fucking God.
Yeah, thankfully an ocean separating us.
Yes. The ocean.
Because Sir is...
Sir was a menace.
That's
dude.
a formidable opponent.
Sir was a fucking menace. But yeah, no, I remember finally I was like, bro, for real, like, this is fucked up. You can get another version of this.
Yeah.
That's not a psycho. But no, so she ended up finding a lady. She escaped. She escaped sir. She found a ma'am. So now I have I'm like, I'm going to do a ma'am. So I have a lady.
I love also when like a girl that you're seeing is like, what? You're being weird. He's not trying to be sexual towards me. Dude. And then a couple months later, they're like, you were right. He's trying to fuck.
Yeah. Before and after. He'd be like,
yeah, I told you.
Dude, it was like...
When I was dating the one girl that would always... She was like a model, an Instagram model for like photographer. I was like, yeah, that photographer is trying to fuck you. Yeah. She's like, we're going to the beach to take pictures. And I'm like, well, I don't like that. That's obviously you're trying to fuck that photographer. You guys are fucking. Yeah. And then she was like, nah. And then a year later, it was like, yeah, he got drunk and told me he wanted to fuck me. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck did you think that was?
I told you, my brother Tom did the best one ever where he goes, it was with an ex, and he was like, that guy's trying to fuck you. And he's like, nuh-uh. He goes, call him right now. He's like, he has a girlfriend. He's like, he doesn't care. And he's like, he's not like that. Tom goes, call him right now and be like, yeah, I would like to like hook up with you and your girlfriend. See what he says. And I think I don't know if she texted him or what, but she was just like, I'm not doing that. Yeah. He's like, he's going to say fucking yeah.
He's going to answer yes immediately.
Exactly. But it was
just a normal man.
He's but a man.
Just innocent man.
But yeah, the sir was like, I think the falling out occurred before the trip. That's what I was trying to think. But it was like, he started just like, any little thing, like, what's that? What's this? Do this. Don't put this seasoning on. Put this on, dude. And it was fucking, I was like, dude, this is crazy. But now we have a ma'am who tracks all of our macros.
That's nice.
It's very nice.
Now that's fine.
Dude, because I have somebody, it's a 5-week program, and there's a lady who will be like, let's go. And I show off her so much. I fucking fast. She's like, you didn't eat dinner last night? I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to eat any junk food.
I wanted to fast for you, mommy.
I do. I fast for my ma'am all the time. I skip dinner. She's like, you need to eat more. I was just like, I just love this. I love the pain, babe. I just love the pain.
You fear the lamb. You fear the man.
I fear the man. But yeah, I didn't eat dinner. I just listened to Bible quotes on YouTube. So yeah, in case you're interested in that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to start like freaking her out, just not eating for like 4 days. Like, what's up? Be like, no, I just didn't eat. You've helped me lose weight. She's gonna probably get scared. She's gonna think I have an eating disorder. Yeah. It's like, well, no, I've been chewing up food and just spitting it out. So
I think that is an eating disorder. If you're not eating for a ma'am,
no, it's not a disorder. It's very ordered. I'm turning it around. It's very regimented. But if chewing food up and spitting it out, I think technically is you're on the doorstep.
If you're chewing food and spitting it out,
it makes sense, dude. Just why do you have to swallow it? Get the taste.
Because you know the swallow is the CP, dude. It's so good.
You could chew up a chocolate bar and spit it out, and you would be eating it essentially. You're just not incorporating it into your body. I've always told people this. They're always like, "That's weird, man." I don't think.
Have you ever tried it?
I've done it before.
It doesn't
work.
If
I'm pigging on snacks and pigging, I'll just be like in the middle of eating and be like, I don't need this, and just be chewing and just go
nice
and spit it out.
You go, I won.
Yeah, I won.
This has no power over me. On my 5th slice of pizza. What was I thinking? You're just so full. You can't. I was close to hogging today, dude.
Were you?
I went to that pizza place I've been
How many slices?
yapping about. I got 2.
Okay.
Two plain cheese, and then was strongly considering going back to the register and ordering a 3rd. If it, you can't do that. You can't go back up.
There might be pizza night for me tonight.
You can't get back in line.
Yeah.
I tried to eat so many times yesterday. That sucked.
Post Malone came into the room.
It was like
you were thrilled to sing it, but a big part of you was like, I won't be allowed to eat pizza for some time.
yeah. Well, we didn't eat.
I didn't eat
We
dinner
didn't
either.
eat yesterday.
I did not. We did not eat dinner. So I had an email this morning, a very inquisitive email, being like, "What's up?"
Oh, the man.
Man was like,
Oh, nice.
I told you to eat 3 meals. What are you doing? I was like, I was trying
We
to hit it with-
fasted.
I was like, I fasted.
We
Fasted in
fasted
your honor.
in honor of Post Malone.
I was like, I would. Yeah, exactly.
So Post Malone showed up. We can't eat.
I can't go get a fucking taco.
Where are we at? We should switch over.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Thank you.
Nice. Let's take a break.
We'll go over to the Patreon.
Yay. Yeah, he's a young punk, man.
He's a young superstar. He thinks he's a hotshot. He got intoxicated and went on Instagram Live this week.
Really?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
made a fool of himself.
An absolute fool of himself. He tried to delete it, and I shared it just to teach him a lesson.
Yeah, I regret it very much.
What did you do exactly?
I just
Not exactly. Don't say exactly what you did.
I got really drunk and opened up Instagram Live and played Lakeshore Drive. Do you know that song, Lakeshore Drive?
Yeah.
It's very good. And I listened to that, and I just wanted to share a moment with everybody, and I regret it very much.
You should.
Well, you learned. And That's good.
Thanks, guys.
We try to.
It'll go away. It'll never.
Yeah, it's not forever, so that's good.
Well, thanks for coming here and doing this. I'm
honored to be here.
pleased. We're honored. For real. I've been really happy about this. So it's just pumping me up. And apparently, so you are, because they've been trying to say you're totally out of it, but now you guys have had you guys are on all the ballots now in all 52 states.
No, we're on the ballots in 14 states. We got on Texas today. We needed Texas the hardest one because you have 45 days to get 100,000 signatures. But we found here what we're finding elsewhere, it's incredibly easy for us to get signatures. So we got 250,000 signatures, which we try to get at least double what we need because the DNC and the RNC are going to come in and try to go through every signature and try to, exclude them.
Really? So they take that very seriously.
Yeah, they're
But
going to
not,
try. Their strategy is to keep us off the ballot.
Yeah.
They're trying to save democracy by destroying it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
that
my
makes
fault.
sense.
I totally, for some reason, I must have got misinfoed. I thought it was
No,
a 200.
but we've done the hard states. We're going to get on the ballot, and I think they're beginning to realize that now. We've done really effectively all the hard states. We're not on the other really hard state is New York, where you need 45. You have 45 days to get 45,000, but there's these other provisos that you have to get them from certain counties and certain congressional districts, a certain amount. And we had a firm come in that we hired to do our ballot signatures. So we had 100,000 volunteers in the state, and then we had a firm come in that was charging us, but we suspect that the firm was actually secretly working for the DNC. And they did things to invalidate almost all the ballots they collected. That if we had not discovered it early, it would have sunk us. So we're about to file litigation against them.
If only it was a mail-in vote, I think they would take it less seriously.
So you have to get per state. You have to get a certain amount of signatures to be on the ballot. Is that how it works?
Every state.
Jeez. Okay.
This is what I always thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, I always thought it was a bad move by the DNC to try to get you off the ballot because I thought you might take more votes away from what otherwise would be a Trump voter. What do you think of that?
I take more votes away from Trump than I do from Biden at this point. Mm-hmm. So we've polled our own people, and we take about 57% of the people who are our supporters who we poll say that if I drop out of the race, they'll vote for President Trump, which is why President Trump now has opened up all the firepower against me. But we also did a poll. We did the biggest poll ever done, at least in this presidential race. A typical poll like the Quinnipiac poll, or the Harvard-Harris poll, the Siena poll, the Gallup poll has from 1,200 to usually 2,200 people that they interview. We surveyed 26,000 people. The poll has a margin of error of virtually zero. So anybody who does that poll would end up with the same results. And it was very interesting because what it shows is that if I stay in the race, Biden loses. If I get out of the race, Biden loses even worse. He loses 2 extra states, Maine and Virginia. We did every state. And if Biden dropped out of the race, I would beat Trump. So Biden cannot beat Trump, but I will beat Trump. I don't beat him by much. I beat him by 3 electoral votes, but Biden loses catastrophically to him. And then if Trump dropped out, which of course will never happen, but then I beat Biden in a landslide. So I beat President Biden. I take 39 states and he only gets 11. So I'm actually in a different position nobody's ever been in history, which is a third-party candidate who in a head-to-head race will beat either of the candidates from the major parties.
Damn, and they won't debate you at this point? Neither of them will?
Well, the debates are scheduled after the conventions. So there's a presidential debate commission, and it has scheduled 3 debates. The first one is in September 18th. And if I meet certain metrics, which the big metric is 15% in recent polling, then I will be on the debate stage, and I should meet that metric. So they should have to debate me. I mean, they should debate me anyway because of because my favorability ratings are better in every poll. My favorability ratings are better than either President Biden or President Trump. So if they want to do the right thing, they would debate me. So but I don't think they. Do you think President Biden is going to debate?
I don't think he'll debate.
I don't think he can.
I think they'll say that if they debate Trump, that's a threat to democracy, and they won't dignify Trump with a debate.
Yeah, they'll say that they're legitimizing him.
Yeah,
yeah,
which is weird since he's already been president.
He's a criminal though. Yeah, he's going to jail. But so how do you deal with because you get crushed all the time in the media for just I followed it from a long time for they were saying you communicate with your dead ancestors, which every different thing I've seen, if you read it for 2 seconds, it's oh, you're talking about a meditative exercise. That if anyone else said it, it'd be oh, that's actually really nice. So how do you, what are some of the weirdest characterizations or whatever you've had? And how do you deal with that?
Well, they've applied everything to me. I mean, anti-Semitic, racist, talks of my dead ancestors, anti-vax, anti-science. I mean, we should make a list of them. This week, it's that I have a brain worm, which was actually true.
Damn, I got you.
That is a tough one.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Brainworms, tough.
Yeah, that was I think 13 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it was in a deposition for my divorce. And I think it was 12 or 13 years ago. And the New York Times went it back and dug up that deposition.
Wait, she brought it up in the divorce hearings?
I don't know. It was in a deposition.
It's a good move by her.
For sure.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy.
He's got a fucking brain.
Yeah. But I forget the context in which it was brought up. But at that time, I was having a lot of brain fog, and I was having trouble with word retrieval. And so a guy who was a buddy of mine, he was actually a guy I was in prison with for the summer of 2001. I was in maximum security prison, and he was my cellmate. He's the head of the biggest labor union in the country, Dennis Rivera. This was when we were put in jail for protesting Vieques, the bombing of Vieques, and I had won. I had been the attorney for the people of Vieques at that time, and we were good friends. And because he was the head of the hospital's union, he had a lot of contacts in the hospital. And I told him that I was having this trouble, and he said, "I'm going to get you in for a CAT scan." He got me in for a CAT scan. The CAT scan showed a black dot in my brain, and they said it was a tumor. They said it's got to be a tumor. My uncle had died only a couple of months before from glioblastoma, which is a brain tumor. And Teddy, my Uncle Teddy, had been on the chairman of the health committee in the United States Senate for 50 years. So we had really good contacts in the medical community. And we, at that point, because they had all been involved, the best oncologists and neurologists in the country had been involved in treating him. So they were all on the speed dial and, family phones. So I was able to take these films and send them around to the best doctors in the world. And they all said, yeah, it's a brain tumor. And then I had to get surgery, and I was going to use the same surgeon that Teddy did, which is this guy in North Carolina at Duke. And I was going in to pick up my films on the Monday, and I was scheduled for surgery on the Tuesday, which I was not looking forward to. And there was a young doctor, an Irish doctor, who was sitting in the office where my films were at Columbia Presbyterian. And we struck up a conversation. It was about Ireland and stuff. And he said to me, "What are you here for?" And I said, "I got a brain tumor." And he said, "Can I look at your films?" And I said, "Yeah." So he put them up on the light board. And he stared at them for a long time. And meanwhile, we'd had literally the best surgeons in the world looking at these. And this is this young kid. And he looks at it and looks at it. And he said, and then he turns to me and he said, "I don't think you've earned surgery." And I was like, "Tell me more." And he said, "There's something about this. I don't think it's a tumor." He said, "What you should do is measure it really precisely, and then 6 weeks later, measure it again. If it's a tumor, it'll grow. If it's not a tumor, it's something else." So I went back every 6 weeks for the next 6 months, and it never grew. And then at the end, he said, "It's probably this thing called neurocystic sarcosis, which is like a form of a tapeworm that gets in your brain." He said, "It's dead. It's not in there, or you'd see it." But apparently it's very common in India, and I had traveled a lot in India, because of my work. It's also common in the hog industry, and I had been suing the hog farms for 10 years.
Pig suing.
So I don't know exactly where I got it, but anyway, it's dead.
What part of your brain was it in?
It was on my left side in the front.
Okay, so I think that
I don't
part it's not super important for what I know about brains. Front is important, and like the bottom, pretty important. Sides are just like memory and balance. You don't need that. You don't need that.
The worm was, you couldn't remember words. It was eating the words. What was this, a bookworm?
No. I don't actually think the worm was causing me
I
any
sat
problem.
on that for 5 minutes. Pause.
So that was the theory, though.
I don't think it was. Because at the same time, I found out that I had huge mercury levels. So I had 10 times the amount of mercury that EPA considers safe. When I chelated out the mercury, all my cognitive issues were resolved. And so I don't even think that the brainworm, I don't know what the brainworm did. A doctor told me at one point, he said, you could lose 10 IQ points and you'll never know it.
True.
He said, even people around you won't really notice it. So I don't know, do you think you're as smart today as you were when you were a kid?
I don't know. I can't tell. I think I'm smarter, but I might.
You've gotten smarter.
I got Audible. Audible helped me a lot. I was pretty dumb. Now
I've gotten significally dumber.
Yeah, Audible is good.
Audible is good.
You think you've gotten smarter?
No, I've gotten dumber.
Yeah.
Aside
from the drinking and
probably alcohol, lack of sleep for a long time. That'll do it. Stress. It's incredible.
Well,
stress.
I know this, that my kids seem a lot smarter than I was, and they think they're smarter than I was. So,
yeah, they have the leg up though. They get, they have the benefit of how smart you are. Then you raise them with your level of smartness, so they get, more smartness. I went to school for psychology for a year. Well, here's a question. This always kind of cracks me up, but because I'm been fascinated with how you're portrayed and all this stuff. And the thing that really kind of cracks me up is when people are like, "Oh, you're coming on these positions, you're grifting, you're trying to get supporters." But then the things they're hitting you for are again, vaccines, wildlife preservation. It's like if you were truly grifting, I feel like you would just be like, "We got to fund Ukraine we need more vaccine. Like you could rise to the top of the Democratic Party tomorrow, I guess, if you were like, I love Ukraine, we got to fund the war, we got to do this, we got to do that, and then you get accused of like
when I took my
position
on when I took my position on Ukraine, which was the beginning of the campaign, it was 86% of Americans supported the war in Ukraine, so it was not like a proper position.
Yeah.
People recently started saying this about me because my official position changed on the abortion issue. And so they said, well, he flip-flopped on that. But, I don't think anybody really seriously accused me of being a flip-flopper for the reason that you say, that I've taken very, very unpopular positions and stuck with them. And what I say is, there's no way that you can change my mind by calling me names or by criticizing me or by marginalizing or vilifying me. You can always change my mind with facts. If you tell me I'm wrong about it, show me that I'm wrong about something, about one of my presumptions, I'm going to change my mind. And that's what happened with the abortion thing. So, my position on abortion was that it should always be a woman's choice, right up to the very end. And my assumption was that any abortion that occurs during the, ninth month, you're basically killing a child, right? My presumption was that no woman's going to deliberately carry a child for 9 months and then 2 days before it's born abort it. Who would do that? So it could only be in instances where the mother's life was at stake, or there was some other, overwhelming medical issue involved, and that it shouldn't be up to a bureaucrat of the state to dictate the outcome of those kind of decisions. It should be up to the mother, her relationships with her family, her conversations with her pastor, with her doctors, etc. It's a very difficult decision. I don't want a bureaucrat making it. But then I learned I was wrong, that there are actually a huge amount, comparatively, of elective abortions at that time. And my belief is that, the state at that time, you've got a wholly formed, viable child, that the state has some interest in protecting that baby. So as you guys know, you come from presumably Irish Catholic families.
Yeah. My
family is split about this. About right to life, right to choice. I've been a medical freedom advocate. I've been I've been the leading advocate in the country for medical autonomy, freedom of choice. So I think the woman should always choose, but in this case, if it's a fully formed baby, that the state does have some interest in protecting that life.
Yeah, but that's kind of, for me, that's kind of your charm, where you'll like wade into these very murky waters where most times it's just like a one word answer, like I'm for blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you're like kind of actually going into it being like, well, I support medical autonomy. And they're like, what about a late term abortion? You're like, all right, you son of a bitch. Yeah, fine. And they're just like, you blah, blah. So then they just run the story as like, you love to kill babies. That's like kind of the angle they're going on it. And it's like, if you look at it for 5 seconds, you say like every abortion is a tragedy, but I still want every woman to make the decision, not a bureaucracy. And it's like, for me, it drives me nuts to watch that. It's like, damn, this is deciding the future and the policy. It's literally like, it's a form of lying to be like, this is what this guy thinks. And you watch it and you're like, if you watched it just 2 minutes before that, it's not that at all. But and then to say like, well, I saw it and it's like, fuck man, I was wrong. I don't like that. I don't think it's flip-flopping. It's just being like, let me have all it's almost an impossibility to expect one person to have the right answer on every major issue in the country. And that's what the president is expected to do.
Start to finish.
Some people just lie. So then presidents just lie, or they just like research, get demographics, and they say, this is what I'm going to say. It's almost like if someone agrees with everything you think, they're probably just lying, So I do applaud your ability to like wade into those waters and be like, here's what I think. You get the data, you go, okay, yeah, shit, all right. I'll think about that, differently. So I don't think it's flip-flopping. It's like actually thinking issues through rather than having a team of people be like, say this about that, get the vote, and then, business as usual. So I just wanted to commend you. That's all. Give some positive vibes.
Oh, it's interesting living in that space where, where I'm getting incoming from both sides and just and tremendous anger and from from people, and particularly from people that I, knew that I was allied with for many years. And then how to deal with, to internalize that, that kind of criticism. It's easy to deal with it from the outside because it's kind of formulaic about how do I counter this. But it's been interesting, and actually it's been an important experience for me to be in a world where I'm very isolated and where, nobody believes you. And to be able to find your own my own resources and say, it's not important what people think of me. It's not my business what other people think of me. My job is to do what I believe is right and then leave the outcome in God's hands and to try to be peaceful throughout that.
It's pretty difficult. So how do you do that?
I had an experience.
I could use that myself.
I had this experience when I first got sober. I went to a rehab for a while, and my wife came to visit me on January 17th, which is my birthday. And after you get a visitor, they test your urine. And I got a urine test, and it came back positive for alcohol, and not just a little alcohol, but like knee walking drunk,
like Gardini Instagram Live.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened?
And then, so they shut down.
Good time, dude. Chill.
The golden shower.
They shut down the unit. So nobody could go out. Nobody could have visitors. They couldn't go to the gym. And then they sit in a circle and try to get me to admit that I had drank, but I hadn't drank. The next day, so they had just like a marathon meeting, and I just said I didn't do it. The next day, they tested me again. I came back positive again. So then they went in and they took away everybody's perfume and their hairspray and anything that might have alcohol. And they were trying to figure out where is he getting that alcohol, and that happened for 13 days in a row. And at one point, I said to them, put me on suicide watch, because there was a glass box, where they can put you and observe you 24 hours. I said, put me on that so everybody knows what I'm doing. And then test me. And they said, no.
You just got hammered.
So they didn't put you in there. They just said, we don't know how you're doing it. The doctor said to me, 5 years from now, you'll come back. If you're still alive, you'll come back and tell us how you did it. And they asked me to leave. And I called up my brother and I said to him, here's what's happening. And he said, you just need to come clean and tell the truth. And then I called up an uncle and he said the same thing. Oh, no. So I was like feeling, okay, there's nobody in the world who believes me right now, but I'm telling the truth. And I just started laughing, and I was talking to God, and I was saying, it's between you and me, and that's all that matters. The only thing that matters is my integrity, and I have to be happy with that. And that incident just taught me a lesson that, it doesn't, what other people think of me is not my business. It's not my concern. What my concern with is if I have personal integrity, if I'm living a life of integrity, of character, and then, we're all in the middle of a dream. We're all in the middle of an adventure. And ultimately, it's God's decision about how it turns out.
Nice. It's respectable. So how do you, okay, I have another question. So with all the, are you familiar with the deaths of despair and all the people who are just either killing themselves, overdosing, that whole phenomenon of the nihilism and how it's kind of spreading? So, and this is just from me watching you, you strike me as a president who also has a pretty directly spiritual view. It's not dogmatically religious from what I can tell. It's more so you seem to have a direct connection with a higher power from, I guess, recovery and all that stuff. As for being the president, or as president, what do you think, if you were to be elected, what would your role, or would you take it seriously trying to kind of combat the pervasive nihilism and how that kind of relates to like the deaths of despair and all the overdoses and stuff. You think that's like an important role, and is that like possible to even speak to? Is that like a policy thing?
I think it's absolutely critical, and we have particularly this younger generation of kids, Generation X and millennials, who feel completely disconnected. They're disconnected from any kind of hope for their own lives because they're not going to live the way that our generation lived. They know that. They can't afford a house. The central fulcrum of the American dream for my generation was that if you worked hard, if you played by the rules, you're going to be able to finance a home. You're going to be able to raise a family. You're going to take a summer vacation, and you're going to put something aside for your retirement, all with one job. There is nobody in my kids' generation. I have 7 kids. One of them is in a house. The 6 younger ones, who all have good jobs, all went to great schools, none of them have a hope for getting in a home. So part of it is, and there's this poll that was taken in 2013 where Americans under 18 to 35 were asked, are you proud of the United States of America? 85% said yes. The same poll taken 4 months ago, 18% said yes. So somehow that entire generation in the last 2 presidencies has completely lost faith in their future. And I think that's part of the problem, this detachment. But also there is the shattering of community bonds that's occurred, where people are being fragmented, they're being alienated, atomized, and a lot of it has to do with social media and the kind of decline of communication, the decline of social relationships, the destruction of Main Street, with the local, all of these little things that bound us to community, nature, the local store, the hardware store, the bookstore, the relationship, the Boy Scouts, all of the relationships that we had are now, that held our country together and that built this idea of community are now being eroded, and we need to build those back. And we build those back by rebuilding our industrial base, by getting people into homes. Because if you're in a home, then you care about your community. You go to the PTA meetings. You go to you care about your police, your fire protection. You're part of a community. You're part of something bigger than yourself. But also you have equity so you can borrow money. And if you have an entrepreneurial impulse, you can pursue it. And this generation, part of going from a nation of owners, from an ownership society to a nation of renters, we go from being citizens to being subjects, and they see that happening to themselves. And, all of this alienation and dispossession that you see in that generation is this confluence of economic factors and the social media that are just driving people apart, and all the bonds that once held together are gone. One of the things I'm going to do is start these wellness farms, and that's going to be my big Peace Corps program. Right now, the biggest industry in rural areas is prisons. And I'm going to start building these wellness farms where kids can go and reconnect with the communities, where there's no cell phones, there's no screens, people raise organic food. They can attend if they want 12-step meetings, but it's their recovery areas. People can get off of SSRIs, they can get off of benzos, they can get off of illegal drugs. Go there for as long as they need to go and recover. I went to the model for this place in Italy called San Padrignanos, where they have 2,000 kids, and it's about several thousand acres. They have a vineyard, they have kennels where people learn how to take care of animals for, as part of an employment. They have a bakery that's a prize-winning bakery. They have a winemaking facility that's, produces some of the best wines in Europe. They have a furniture factory. They have an apparel factory. They have wallpaper painting, and they have traditional artisans who are teaching these kids a trade. And when they leave, they have something. They're placed in a job when they leave. There's a place in Salt Lake called The Other Side, which is based upon that model, and they're doing the exact thing in downtown Salt Lake, and they have 300 ex-cons there, a lot of them drug addicts, and they run one of the biggest storage companies in Utah. They own a moving company. They own a lot of little companies, and they teach these people how to be reliable, how to show up on time, how to talk to other human beings, how to keep a bank account, all of the kind of the skills that you need to be part of a community and part of society. And we need to reparent this generation of kids and restore them. We're spending, right now over $100 billion on Ukraine. And we have a crisis in this country that is, that we're ignoring. And we're losing this generation of kids. And, I'm going to put an end to that.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's something I always worry about too. It doesn't seem like it's going very well for a lot of people.
Yeah, but you love the Donbass region.
The what?
The Donbass region.
What's
Matt's
Donbass?
obsessed with it. That's why he keeps giving all that money to Ukraine. The last thing we want is Russia to get the Donbass region.
I am on a hamster wheel. That's all I podcast for, is to send more money to the Donbass.
My son went over there.
Yeah, I knew that.
Connor.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's good. He's practicing law now in New York. I mean, in L.A., he's living with me, which is great. He's got a very, very beautiful Brazilian girlfriend who's a pop singer.
Awesome.
I think they may be getting married.
Hell
This
yeah.
is all private conversation, right?
So why can't we be friends with Russia?
With Russia.
Yeah. I don't understand why we can't just be
I think
friends.
we should. I think we can be. I think
it's important.
What?
I think it's very important.
Yeah, I think it's really important too. And that's, they lost the Cold War.
Yeah.
And, the most important diplomat in modern American history is a guy called George Kennan. And he's the architect of the containment policy after World War II. And he said, in 1997, when the Clinton administration began extending NATO to the east, to putting it in all these former Soviet bloc countries, he said, you can't do that. You're treating Russia like the enemy, and it is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to turn them into the enemy, because if you treat them that way, they're going to have to arm and they're going to have to defend themselves. We should be inviting them into the market. We should be inviting them into, Western life. And I think we lost a big opportunity there. And I'm not saying Putin is a good guy, because he isn't, but the Russian people like us, and
Yeah, they love our culture.
Yeah.
I truly don't understand it.
The same is true of Iran, by the way. I mean, Iranians love the United States. I read this poll recently that the favorite television show for Iranian teenagers was Oprah.
Nice. That's awesome.
They're not exactly like American teenagers, but they have
That's really funny.
There's like 40-year-old women.
They're like,
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, it's like just open up trade and just, be cool. I don't know. Russia for real is like.
Russia scares me. I've told you, every night I've been listening to this book. It's called A Nuclear War Scenario.
yeah.
It's terrifying. It's the scariest book I've ever read. And it's like,
Yeah,
why are we
messing around?
why are we even coming close to the idea of this? It's the end of the world.
And people assume that we've got the best nuclear arsenal in the world. And the Russians
do.
Yeah, I think they've got 2,500 more weapons than we do. But they have much better weapons. They have better defensive weapons.
The thing that's really scary about the book is it talks about Russia's like Tundra, their early weapons, what's that, like early detection technology is like kind of subpar. So if we just launch any missiles, they have no idea. And they're like, that could be 100 missiles. It could be at Russia. We have to preemptively strike.
Oh, no.
It's a nightmare. And I don't know.
But they got the best nukes.
And we
They have
have,
the most, yeah.
we have if they do launch, or if there is a mistaken launch.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
This one, Amaryllis, who's my daughter-in-law who runs my campaign, she was a CIA agent for many years. But she says, if that's at 3:00 in the morning and President Biden, they wake him up and he has 7 minutes to make the call. And he's got.
That's all I've been thinking about the whole book. For real.
He's got 6 guys pushing him through a tunnel at full speed.
And he has to make. He's the one.
During that period, while he's still running through the tunnel, he has to make the call: do you fire back or not?
Do you end the entire world or not?
Yeah.
It's
That's terrible.
It's so scary, dude. The book's so scary.
I didn't even think about accidents.
Yeah, I mean, it happened once. It happened in the Soviet Union. I think it's like in the 80s. This Russian guy, the Soviet guy, saw it was a radar malfunction, and he was like, America launched. And I guess it was only 10 missiles. And he was like, it would be more than that if they really wanted to do it. I'm not going to tell anyone. And he was right. There was no actual
Did he
launch.
get court-martialed or something?
I'm not sure. I think he eventually
one of those guys got court-martialed.
He got considered. Yeah, his nickname's like the guy who saved the planet because he did. Because his
like,
real job was to say yes, they launched, and he was like,
I don't know.
This is like a big responsibility to end the world right now or not.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And I never thought that. It reminds me of that Trump speech. He was like, "It's the N-word." You ever see that?
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest speeches.
What is it?
He's doing a rally and he's like, I guess Trump he came to the conclusion that it's very serious to even discuss nuclear weapons. And he's giving a rally and he's like, there's a new N-word. And everyone's like, Jesus
Come on, man.
Christ,
Come
dude.
on.
And he's like, no, not the other ones. It's like, God damn it, dude.
You know, I don't know. I think it was 2 years ago. Your producer will probably be on top of this.
He's looking at girls on
was-
Instagram.
Where Hawaii
Yeah.
got
I
that
remember
notice.
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that there had been a launch, that there was incoming, and everybody should run into their bomb shelters,
Yeah.
which
Which will do nothing. Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. But now, too, if we're friends with Russia, they might be like, you just like me because of my nukes.
True.
You know?
is what
They might just be like, you just like me because of my nukes. Russia might just be kind of like,
It is true, though.
You don't even
we
really
have to
like
like
me.
them. If they didn't have nukes, we wouldn't have to like them. But it's important we like them.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. I worry about the organization of the world at like the
That's-
highest of levels. It seems kind of terrifying.
That's what I hated about, like, when Trump went to North Korea and was becoming close with Putin and all that. It's like, don't try to divide. Like, that's good. I don't care. That's good. That's better than them having animosity towards
he should
us.
be a permanent diplomat to totalitarian.
Apparently people like him.
dictators.
He's great at it.
If elected, will you send him to North Korea to this?
Yeah,
Yeah. He needs
good
to be.
idea.
Yeah. He needs to be friends over there. Send him and Rodman.
True. Ever experienced the agony of harsh smoke, throat burning, or coughing attacks when smoking cannabis? The struggle is real, but the solution is chili. That's right. I'm talking about the smoothest way to light up, and that's with Freeze Pipe. Freeze Pipe makes a unique line of freezable pipes, bubblers, and bongs that are 80% colder than using ice cubes to chill smoke. The magic is in freezable glycerin chambers that come on every piece. Simply pop the chamber in the freezer.
What?
I read it every week.
Don't laugh.
I'm sorry.
We're in the middle of a presidential
Simply
interview.
pop the chamber in the freezer for 1 hour, and as smoke passes through, it's instantly chilled by over 300 degrees. So every puff arrives ice cold and cough free.
That's nice.
It does, dude. They work. That's all I can say. I've done it. They're fantastic. American owned and with over 100,000 happy customers, Freeze Pipe uses the thickest glass and market leading glycerin chambers for a smoother experience. You have to feel to believe. Ditch harsh smoke forever by visiting thefreezepipe.com. Use code DRENCHED for 10% off your order. That's thefreezepipe.com and code DRENCHED for 10% off. Shop today for free shipping and smoke like royalty without paying a king's ransom.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's important.
It's also funny. This is in the middle of an RFK interview.
I know. I was thinking that.
Let's take a break from talking to a presidential candidate and let's talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action. Oh, I thought you were laughing about something.
No.
While you watch your favorite sports and players, you just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this playoff basketball season is the most simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Prize Picks offers injury insurance so that your lineups they stay in play even if one of your players gets injured this basketball season. That's nice.
Yeah, that is.
If you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, Prize Picks will have your back and not count that as a loss.
Hell yeah.
Personal endorsement. I love it.
You got any more picks? You nailed it.
I mean,
dude.
I nailed it last week with DiVincenzo, but Kyrie's at 22.5. Luka's at 28.
I go
Wow.
Kyrie.
No, you mean
Above
More.
more. My bad. Can't say that. More.
More.
I go more.
You're going more on Kyrie?
Yeah.
They're
Go
playing,
more.
Who are they playing? OKC, that's right. What's Gillis Alexander at? Is he on there? Don't be sorry, Sean.
Yeah, check it out, man.
Jesus Christ.
They do points, rebounds, and assists, and it's 44.5. That's pretty good.
Can I take the line?
Oh.
Can I go some
I'm going
more
to go
or less?
Gilgis. I'm going Gilgis.
Gilbers.
More.
More.
Nice. What
All
about
right.
rebounds? Can I do something else on rebounds?
Yeah, you totally.
It combines them. So you're taking Kyrie. Oh, wait. So Kyrie's 22 all combined?
No, they do just points as well.
Oh, okay.
That's the only option
Betting
they
on
have
some
for
or
Gilgis
doing
is
more or
combined.
less on some bounds would be nice.
You can more or less bounce.
I want more or less on some bounds.
Who you more or less on bounce?
Sean Bradley,
All right.
Kyrie for sure.
Download the app today and use code DRENCHED for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, download the Prize Picks app and use code DRENCHED for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Fantastic. Here we go. Oh, yes. Shout out to our favorite sponsor, True Classic, for making us fellas look and feel good no matter how we move. Elevate your style this summer with True Classic, where timeless pieces meet modern comfort. Our favorite sponsor, True Classic,
You have
is
a
here to
timeless
help.
piece.
Is here to help you make it a summer to remember in clothes that you will never forget. Say goodbye to old, worn-out tees and hello to True Classic's ultra-comfortable essentials range. From fitted t-shirts, athleisure, jeans, sweaters, outerwear, and more. Make it a True Classic. Whether you're hitting the gym, relaxing at home, or exploring the globe, True Classic has you covered. They've already helped over 2 million men look great in their apparel, and now you can save big while you do so. Dude, honestly, True Classic has been storming my closet, and they might be my favorite tees out of all the tees.
True.
Hand on the Bible.
True.
When I put them on, if I closed my eyes and did just like a field test, I've been loving True Classics.
Classic.
I've been looking for the most comfortable tee, I should say. I almost said most expensive. I'm looking for the most comfortable. And
It's going to be important to find a nice and comfortable tee, especially down here in the Texas sun.
I've been trying different tees, and they're actually very, very comfortable. For a limited time only, get 25% off when you shop now with my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/drenched. Designed to accentuate your best features, True Classic shirts are tailored for a perfect fit, snug in the arms and chest, with just the right amount of room in the midsection. The best part is that True Classic sells premium products at an affordable price. You can get their best-selling t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, and more in 3, 6, and 9 packs. Looking to dress up? Explore the short-sleeve button-ups for a relaxed yet polished summer look. Pair them with True Classic's authentic jeans for a laid-back vibe that never goes out of style. So if you're ready to upgrade your closet, shop now with my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/MSSP and save up to 25% off your first order. Discover the perfect blend of summer vibes and timeless elegance with True Classic. Shop now and elevate your summer wardrobe with ease.
Please elevate your summer wardrobe.
Also, I'll be in Indianapolis this weekend. Please come to Indianapolis. And then the Comedy Works, Denver. I'll be in Denver as well. Come to Denver and then go to mattmccusker.com for other places I'll be at doing stand-up. Please.
Yeah, ShaneMGillis.com for shows. And also May 23rd, Tires.
You.
Thank you.
That's got to be crazy too, because you don't really have like a broadcast home where like Trump was getting kind of defended by Fox for a while, then like MSNBC would slam him, and Biden, they would, MSNBC would defend Biden. You get attacked from pretty much every major news organization, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of these new networks like News Nation that give me a platform.
The Hill, I realize.
The Hill, they like me, but then they did turn on me on Gaza.
Oh yeah.
But I like watching them. I think that they're trying to play it straight. That they don't have an ideology really. But
Can I ask, what was it that they turned on you for Gaza?
well, they the woman who's on that show, Brianna, who was I think she was Bernie's press secretary, and she feels like she accepts the narrative that Israel. My understanding is that Israel has no legitimacy in the region, and that it doesn't have a right to defend itself, and that the war is in Gaza is sort of a war of aggression by Israel, and that they should be out.
Right. Yeah, you caught a lot of heat about the Israel stuff. Again,
Yeah.
which goes to the, if you wanted to just read the room and just do the talking points, you could just be like, bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
and get out and be the man.
That's a tough one. There's no real talking points on Israel.
Yeah. But if you were younger
It's
voters,
two
like Gaza,
clashing narratives, but
yeah.
the younger voters, the people of the anti-war movement, the left wing of the Democratic Party that was kind of starting to lean toward me, a lot of those people are believe that they're helping Palestine by supporting Hamas, which I don't think is a good way to look at it. I think you have to separate Hamas from Palestinians. I consider myself extremely pro-Palestinian, and I think leaving Gaza in the hands of Hamas is a non-starter. It means that nobody can really rebuild Gaza. It means that Hamas continues operating their kleptocracy there, and training the kids to hate, to kill, to invade Israel. I don't see that it's there's been 5 ceasefires, and every one of them Hamas has used to rearm, to regroup, to hoist the banner, and to attack again. And Hamas says that's what we're going to do. We're going to do October 7th, October 7th, October 7th until Israel's gone. Oh, they don't want any territorial concessions. There's nothing you can negotiate. In fact, in their charter, they have a number of provisions that say even negotiating with Israel is a violation of Islamic law. So I don't see how you sit down and how you just stop fighting if they've declared war. They've since 2006, they've shot an average of 2,000 missiles a year at Israel. This war has been going on for 21 years. It really started in 2001. And I don't see, that you just stop fighting. I don't understand it.
I heard a rumor that Netanyahu funded Hamas. You ever hear that rumor?
Israel did not create Hamas. Yeah. Hamas created itself, but Netanyahu has approved the funding of Hamas through Qatar, at least $1.5 billion and probably closer to $5 billion. And you don't have to speculate about his motives. Part of his motives was to keep peace. And this is what he'll say. We were buying them off to try to stop them from attacking us. But he also said very clearly at one point that it's better to support Hamas because as long as Hamas exists, they can't, the Gazan Palestinians won't make common cause with the West Bank, which is, because the Palestinian Authority, which runs the West Bank, is antagonistic to Hamas. And to keep them apart assures that there won't be a two-state solution. So I think Netanyahu was, part of his motive was to sabotage a two-state solution. And people say, okay, well, that was what he was doing, and therefore we should condemn all of Israel. But, he's one guy.
Yeah.
And, when George Bush and Dick Cheney were running this country, they did some pretty sketchy stuff, including invade a country that did nothing to us.
Yeah.
And destroy it. And yet, we don't all hate America and say that we have no right to exist.
Fair point. That's a pretty fair point. Yeah, it's one of those things. I always try to read about it, and no matter what I read, it's like swayed one way or the other deeply, and you're like, they get me all the time. But I know a lot of the independent younger YouTubers are pro-Palestine. But, yeah.
Yeah, the Dave Smith had a good one. Our friend Dave Smith, he's a libertarian Jewish man.
Oh, I know Dave Smith. I debated him.
Right.
I did an hour debate with him on Palestine.
He had a good tweet about it the other day, about how the media now, like the media allowed, like the BLM, the protests that they got pretty wild. They were all supporting that, but the second college students almost entirely peacefully protesting Israel, they are condemning across the board almost. And he was like, the reason it's simple is because the BLM protests made Trump look bad. The Palestine-Israel conflict makes Biden look bad. And that's why the media is clearly, I don't know, I thought that was interesting. I don't think I have a question there, but.
No, it was a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
I think.
Yeah, no, I read the same thing. I liked it too.
Yeah.
No, I liked it too. And it is true. It is kind of nuts.
What do you think of that?
I mean, I think people should be able to peacefully protest. And, that's part of the right of being an American. So, when, at some point, as though those protests become across the line, if you block students from going to class, if you block Jewish students from going to class, if you're occupying buildings, if you're trespassing, the university has a right to discipline you. The rights are very different if you're on a state school campus, because the state really should not be censoring anybody on the First Amendment. But if you're in a private school campus and you have guidelines that protect, for example, non-white students, the same protection should be given to Jewish students.
Yeah, it sucks because the thing they do that I don't like with the Israel debates, if you're like, I don't like what Israel's doing in this case, or like you're anti-Semitic, you hate the Jews, and it's like, dude, I truly don't. But that's the one trap I think they fall into, where it's like, you must hate Jewish people, and it's like, no, dude, I just think that one particular instance is kind of bad. So
yeah, it's tough. I feel like if Israel is a democracy, it's the only democracy in the Mideast, and that part of the duty of living in a democracy is that you criticize your own government, and that we all have I don't know if an obligation, but we all have a right to criticize the government of Israel without being anti-Semitic. I think it turns into anti-Semitism when you're applying a double standard, when you're judging Israel by standards that you're not judging the neighboring countries or West Bank or Gaza. If you say, Israel is guilty of genocide, which clearly it is not. Israel, there were in 1948 when the Palestinians left Israel, 750,000 of them left. There's now 7.2 million. So it's the opposite of genocide. And if you look at the surrounding countries during that war, those countries expelled their Jewish populations. There's many of those countries, for example, Jordan, where there's not a single Jew. And the countries that still have, there's only, I think, 15,000 Jews remaining in all of those countries. And that is a genocide, and it's continuing. And those countries are also committing genocide, many of them against Christians, like real, organized, systematic, we're going to kill you if you don't leave. And that's not true in Israel. Israel, if you're a Palestinian in Israel, there's 1.8 million Palestinians who have Israeli citizenship, and they have all the rights of Jews. They vote in elections. They can run for the Knesset. There's 10 Arabs who are serving in the Knesset. They can run for prime minister. They serve on every level of the judiciary. In fact, 4 years ago, a district court judge who is Arab convicted an Israeli prime minister of corruption and put him in jail for 7 years. And that decision was upheld by an Arab judge on the Supreme Court. Nothing like that could happen in the West Bank. In fact, these protests, if you tried to do these kind of protests in the West Bank or Gaza, you would be killed. There's no free speech. There's no freedom of press. There's freedom. In fact, I think there's 27 states in the Mideast, and I think 26 of them have an official religion, and Israel is the only one that doesn't. Israel has freedom of religion. You can worship anybody you want in Israel without penalty. You can, people who are Arab or Druze or other nationalities and ethnicities, Shia or Sunni, have all the same rights as a Jew. So, saying that you're, saying that Israel commits genocide without talking about what's really happening around them is a double standard. And when there's no freedom of the press. There's no, in West Bank or Gaza. If you even talk about these things, about opposing the leadership, your life is at risk. If you're gay, you get killed.
Heard that. Yeah.
If you're a woman, you have no rights. There's,
Yeah, I've heard they're pretty tough on that as well. What did Dave Smith say?
Tough on crime.
What did Dave Smith say?
What?
What did Dave Smith say to all that? What did he say? Nah.
Oh, well, we didn't, Dave is a very smart guy.
Yeah.
He's, and that's why I wanted to talk to him about this. Because, I wanted to talk to them. I think he's probably the smartest guy out there on that, from that point of view. Oh, he avoided a lot of these. Our conversation avoided a lot of those issues. And I think it was much narrower conversation, I think.
Yeah, those debates spin off into like in 1942, the jurors, blah, 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 and they did this, and the battle of blah, blah, blah. And like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, they should really, put that into more of a ceasefire. But it is tough because,
it's hard to talk about the issue without talking about the history.
Yeah.
Because it goes, there's kind of an assumption that Israel is not a legitimate country somehow. Mm. And that all of those countries were created by the British and the French after World War I when they cut up the Ottoman Empire. And Woodrow Wilson had said to them, I will only participate in this war if the people who are living in those countries get to govern those countries. So Britain was given the leadership over the administration of the Palestinian Mandate, which was Palestine, which was one of the bigger chunks of the Ottoman Empire. And Britain made a decision. They actually went and interviewed people, and they interviewed the Jews and the Arab. There was a Jewish population and an Arab population, and the Jews are always been a second-class race. They were called dhimmis since Muhammad conquest. And the Muslim leader, whose name was Mufti al-Husani, said, if this is all our land, there's nothing here for the Jews, and we don't even want a state even a mile wide for Jews. And any Jew that stays here will have second-class citizenship. So the British said the Jews had helped the British in World War I and World War II, and the Arabs had been against them. Oh, the Jews had taken Israel's promise that we're going to give you your homeland here. They said they were going to give them all of Palestine. Instead, they gave 85% of Palestine to Arabs, and they gave them a little sliver, about 10 to 15%. And so Israel, but all of those nations were created out of whole cloth, and none of it made any sense. I mean, Syria had a Kurdish population in it that was never given a homeland. The Christians were given a homeland in Lebanon because there's a lot of Maronite Christians, so they were given their own homeland. The Jews were given up a small, tiny little homeland in Palestine, which is, where there had been a Jewish presence there for 2,700 years. The Arabs were given most of it. And but there's a feeling among the Arabs that Jews shouldn't have any of it, and that's really what this dispute is about.
How could we end it?
Nukes. No.
Listen,
They keep bringing that shit up.
I know.
The thing is that Israel is at peace with two of its neighbors. When I was growing up, it was inconceivable that Israel would ever have a peace agreement with Jordan or Egypt. And it has peace agreements. Now you have the Abraham Accords that are three more nations that want to make peace with Israel. And it appeared that Saudi Arabia also wants to join the Abraham Accords. And, Saudi Arabia did something really interesting, which is after 9/11, because Saudi Arabia had a very, very radicalized population. And those were the people, I think 26 of the hijackers on 9/11 were Saudis, because they had these Wahhabi this strain of Wahhabism, which is a very radical form of Islam and jihadist form, and the Saudi Arabian government had encouraged it. But after 9/11, they were critiqued all over the world, and they made a decision: we're going to de-radicalize, and they put in place all of these programs to de-radicalize their population, and it worked. And so I think the ultimate solution is economic development. We need, Gaza should be one of the richest, most pleasant places to live in the world. It has miles of white sand beaches. It's the beautiful bluffs. It has the richest agricultural land. It has a foot of topsoil. It's an oasis, so it has abundant fresh water. It has a port that is at the confluence of the Mediterranean Sea and the Suez Canal and all the trade routes from Africa, Mideast, Asia, and Europe. It should be the Singapore of the West. And if you had people who are focused on economic development, this place would be thriving. But instead, all of the money that they get, they steal. The top guy at Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, has a net worth of $5 billion, which he's stolen every penny of it. His two lieutenants have a net worth collectively of $6 billion. And all the other money they get, they spend building an underground city, 300 miles of tunnel. Imagine the innovative and the entrepreneurial and the resourcefulness of these people to be able to make 300 miles of tunnels under their city. And all that's gone to war. What if you put that resourcefulness to work actually building a society that people could be proud of, which is what the Jews did. The Jews took a piece of Israel, of Palestine, a little tiny sliver 9 miles across, and it's now got one of the highest GDPs in the world. And it was barren wasteland for thousands of years. And, the people in Gaza have that capacity. And I think if the world comes together around them and says, we're not going to tolerate Hamas anymore, we're going to create a Marshall Plan so that, you and your children and generations of children can thrive. This is what we did after World War II. The Nazis ran Germany. We denazified them, and now they're the richest country in Europe. And nobody worries about them going to war because we got rid of that ideology. The same thing happened in Japan. It's the richest, Japan, I think, third richest country in the world. So, I think you can de-radicalize them with good leadership. The problem is that, there's some institutions there, including the United Nations, that have actually amplified the problem rather than trying to solve it.
That's a good answer. The regime
so
changes.
So far, is this your funniest interview that you've ever done?
Yeah, this is good.
No, that's good.
But the regime changes in Germany and Japan, that was a pretty heavy cost.
We killed 2 million German civilians.
Damn. Yeah. It's going to be harder. It's difficult to do that.
Well, but it's a much smaller country, right? Yeah. So, it did come at a heavy cost, but I think to me, you have to get rid of it. Step one is they have to get rid of Hamas, because let's say Israel left right now. Israel left Lebanon, and and Lebanon immediately Hezbollah became the hero and the kind of the world, became 10 times as powerful because it looked like they had defeated Israel militarily. So if Israel leaves right now, it makes Hamas 10 times as powerful, and then they leave an enemy at their border that they know is just rebuilding for the next attack, and that is not going to negotiate with them. It will not be satisfied with any outcome except the annihilation of Israel. So I think you have to get rid of that ideology. And at the end of World War II, Roosevelt and Churchill met at Casablanca to decide what was going to happen. This was after the Normandy invasion. They knew that they had the capacity then to destroy Germany. And Churchill said, we should not do an unconditional surrender, because if we do that, then every German is going to fight to the death. And Roosevelt said, if we don't do unconditional surrender and we don't denazify Germany, they're going to come back in 10 years and do it again. As soon as they get another generation, they're going to come back. You got to denazify them. Oh, I think the same argument applies to Hamas, is that you got to get rid of them in order to give the Palestinians a chance to really rebuild their country. And then the whole world has to come to their aid and start, incentivizing economic development rather than, the devotion, the commitment to all of their human and financial resources to a war machine. After World War II, we had, between 1944 and 1948, we did the Marshall Plan in Europe, and there were 17 countries in Europe. We rebuilt them all, and we rebuilt them. The amount of money that we gave for the Marshall Plan was $626 per capita, per person in all of those countries over a 4-year period. And in 2023 dollars. So it was $42 at that point. Today it's $626. We've given over the past 20 years $8,600 to every Palestinian. And yet they're worse off than when we found them. Why? Because all that money has been used, either stolen or used to build a war machine. And so, it's just throwing money down a rat hole instead of building a society that makes people proud, that, makes people hopeful about their future, that gives them power in the world and sovereignty over their own destinies. And that's what we need to do for the Palestinian people.
Yeah, it's just tough now. Like in World War II, you could people go to war and they'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. It just is what it is. Now with there's footage, there's babies dead. It's all of it can just be spun into just you don't know what's
you're seeing it on social media.
Yeah, and you're just this is terrible. So like you were saying, if you have to, take military intervention to remove Hamas, Shane's yeah, well, you have to kill hundreds of thousands of people. It's I feel like people feel they see the effects of war more acutely now. So it just seems
they do a good job of keeping the Ukrainian footage out.
Yeah,
you don't see that.
Yeah, I guess you really don't.
I think that's interesting.
I haven't seen. You don't see any of it at all?
Rarely. You see some drone operating footage, but there's really not that much online about what's going on in Ukraine.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Compared to Israel-Palestine.
There's videos. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I don't know.
You know what? I mean, there's much worse wars going on right now than Ukraine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's been 300,000 kids killed in Yemen.
Yeah.
And, we're supporting that war and nobody complains about it.
Yeah.
And, then there's in Syria, the same thing. What they did to the Kurdish population in Syria and Iraq, we killed 500,000 kids. With the sanctions and with the war, 500,000 children died.
Yeah.
To get rid of a guy who never did anything to us.
Oh, terrible.
So, so we do have to ask ourselves, and there's conflicts all over the world right now that are worse than what's happening in Gaza. And why is nobody complaining? Why don't we have protests? Do we only protest when there's Jews involved, or do we care about all these other places where Muslims are being killed? The Uyghurs in China. All over there are slaughters taking place of Muslims and evictions taking place, and nobody's complaining about them. But it's just one place where they complain, and that's when, it happens to be when the one Jewish nation in the world. And by the way, people say, when they say Israel is an apartheid state, how can you say that when every nation in the region has actual apartheid rules? And Israel is the only one that doesn't. The apartheid was in South Africa, and there was 143 rules that were race-based and that punish minority races or give them. And Gaza has that. in the West Bank, it's the death penalty for selling property to a Jew. In Jordan, it's the death penalty for selling property to a Jew. Why aren't people complaining about the apartheid state in Jordan? Or,
they set the bar pretty low over in the Middle East. They set the bar pretty low in the Middle East.
And that's what really I mean by a double standard.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's a famous story about the guy who is the president of Harvard. His name Richard Lowell in the 1920s, and he was trying to get, Harvard was the first Ivy League school that let Jews in. And he was trying to get rid of all the Jews at Harvard, so he made the applications by Jews much, much more rigorous than the application process for other people. And he was asked, "Why are you doing that?" And he said, "Because Jews cheat." And people would say to him, "Well, other people cheat too." And he'd say, "You're trying to change the subject. I'm talking about the Jews." So that is the kind of level of conversation that you have when you say, "Well, Jordan kills people executes people for selling land to Jews." Stop talking about Jordan. I want to talk about Israel.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Because everyone. It's taken for granted. Like, oh yeah, they throw people off roofs and stuff. Like we all know that. Obviously.
Also, thankfully, Harvard has since changed their racial acceptance policy.
Yeah, true. They use it against Chinese people.
A real quick one. What's going on in Haiti? Are we going to help Haiti ever figure out what's going on down there?
I mean, every time we've intervened in Haiti, it's made Haiti worse off. It's the poorest country in the hemisphere, and it's in total chaos right now. I'll tell you an interesting story about Haiti. And Haiti was the pearl of the Caribbean. It was the richest colony that France owned, and during the Revolutionary War, France came over, sent armies over, and helped us win the revolution. They had a couple of battalions that were all black from Haiti that came over here and fought. And those guys saw what was happening in America, and they said, we can do the same thing. So they went back to Haiti, and they started a revolution against the French. At that time, there were Americans who were coming down up the Ohio River into onto the Mississippi and invading New Orleans, which was a French possession. So there were Americans flooding into New Orleans, and the French were worried that the Americans were going to take New Orleans away. So it sent the biggest fleet in history over to New Orleans to get rid of all the Americans. And they said, on our way, we're going to stop in Haiti and suppress this rebellion. They stopped in Haiti, and the Haitians wiped them out. Along with yellow fever, they destroyed the French army, the French military, and the French had to go limp back to France without ever going to New Orleans. And when they got back to France, they had bankrupted the country. And so Napoleon had to sell New Orleans, the Louisiana Purchase, to America for, I think, $28 million. Damn. And it was Haiti that really created, in that way, that played such a key role in creating our country. And the Haitians expected support from us because they were the second place in the world that had a revolution against colonialism. They were trying to start a democracy. But the slave owners in the American South were very, very worried about the example. So so the U.S. government therefore boycotted and starved Haiti, and that was the beginning of the destruction because it was the richest island in the Caribbean in the world. And because of that, because they were being starved to death, they had to cut down all the trees, and the soil eroded, and you had this cycle where the U.S. then goes in and invades periodically with the Marines, and every time just takes a little more out of Haiti. So it's a sad example of U.S. foreign policy.
That's pretty terrible. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Haiti's. There's a good podcast on it, Revolutions, about the Haitian Revolution. It's pretty awesome. I know you're running out of time. I understand.
Yeah, true.
I understand. But yeah, we should help them out. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
we gotta help
Yeah.
help our neighbors out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to do.
Let's work on those cartels a little.
So
Let's
what
figure
we-
it out.
I have one quick question left. So I don't think you've never voted before, have you?
No.
Neither of us have ever voted before. How do you do it? How do we
Yeah,
vote?
yeah, yeah.
I know we got to fill out a form online to register. How do you actually vote?
I've never done it before.
How do you vote? Yeah. How old are you?
38.
And you never
I
voted?
told you my generation is dispossessed. You don't make fun of me.
I'll tell you what. You don't need an ID.
You don't need an ID.
You definitely don't need an ID. That would be racist. Wouldn't it be racist if you need an ID? Anyway, I'm gonna go.
No,
to
I'm just
the
kidding.
bar.
We go online.
Those racist bastards better not check my ID at the
True.
bar.
True.
You
I
know-
know how you do it. You go online, fill it out, and then go in there.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I'm going to do when I get into the White House is the first day I'm going to order the passport office or order the post office and the State Department to issue passport cards to every American who can't afford them. Because right now there's a lot of Americans who don't have ID. They don't have a government issued photo ID. Mainly they're people, they're elderly. They're all Democratic constituency. They're elderly people whose licenses have expired. They're young college students who can't get a license. I mean, who haven't gotten a license yet. Because that whole generation. I mean, when I was, the day I was 16th birthday, I had my driver's license.
Yeah.
And
I currently have an expired license, and it's hard to
You
get.
do?
It's hard to get an ID in Texas.
yeah,
You have to sign up like 3 months in advance.
yeah. And
then
it's a nightmare going to
forget to go.
DMV.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that. And then there are minorities in cities who don't have driver's license because they don't have a car. So that's why the Democratic Party does not want voter ID at the voting booth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, and nobody wants to go to DMV, but there's 30,000 post offices, and anybody who is a U.S. citizen ought to be able to go there and get a government-issued photo ID. Al Sharpton and Andrew Young have said, if I do that, they will waive any objection to requiring a ID at the voting booth. So that will diffuse this huge tension between Republicans and Democrats. About, you don't want ID at the voting booth. We do. Obviously, we should have ID. But I understand why the Democrats don't like it because it disenfranchises millions of their voters. We could solve that problem that way. The other thing is, if you don't have a driver's license or a government-issued photo ID, you're a second-class citizen. You can't open a bank account. You can't go to get on an airplane. You can't stay in a hotel. You can't see your kid at school. So it will solve problems for a lot of other people. And then right now it's illegal to employ an illegal alien, an undocumented alien. But people do it anyway because all you have to do is check out a box that says, I saw their Social Security card. Well, Social Security cards are easily fabricated. They're used on job sites in New York. They're passed hand to hand, so everybody just shows them to the boss, and then they pay him in cash at the end of the day. And nobody ever gets arrested for hiring an undocumented. What I'm going to do is say everybody has to show a government-issued photo ID at a job site, or the employer goes to jail, and that will shut down the border. Because everybody's coming through that border because they want a job. If they know you cannot get a job in the United States unless you have a government-issued photo ID, they're not going to be flocking there anymore.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty simple. I don't know. That's crazy. They've never done that before. Never even thought of that either. I was like, well, you just can't get one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just print them out. It's a good idea.
I think we have to wrap it up. Thank you very much. This was
thank you so much.
Shane, Matt, thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry I wasn't a funnier.
No, you're
that's
great.
okay.
Podcast.
Yeah,
No, dude,
it was
you were great. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.